welcome to the KiseCast After Hours podcast, episode 11, Fetishes, Kinks, and You, with the hilariously special guest, Cameron, aka PowerOfSky. Let me tell you, this was one of the most entertainingly tangent-filled interviews I think I've had so far. We were jumping from topic to topic so often that I didn't realize how quickly the hour just passed us by, and frankly, I ended things very abruptly to get the community segment started. But Cameron, dude, thank you for the laughs, thank you for the entertainment, that was a ton of fun. Definitely made my weekend, man. I hope that everybody enjoys the interview as much as I did. Be sure that you follow him if you don't already, and comment or favorite his work, linked down below. As for the community segment, Cameron wanted to devote this episode to talking about fetishes, especially those that you see so often within our Kisekai community. We chatted about our own unique fetishes and preferences. Then we broke down the discussion into fetishes that intrigue us, or bother us, or frankly disturb the shit out of us. We also talked lightly about fetishes that we're kind of sick of seeing in the community. But hey, we recognized several times within the episode that we don't judge the person for their fetishes. We just talk about how odd or weird some of them may seem to us personally. Yes, that's right. Opinions on the internet. How dare you, sir, you say. Sorry, not sorry. Really quick, I just want to say, there are a lot of people that use their webcams during the community segment, and god damn it, some of you guys are good-looking people. So shout out to the community members who have shown their faces in the episodes as of late. And as usual, be sure that you follow this attractive bunch of people by visiting their links down below in the description, doobly-doo. Oh, and I'm saving my artist spotlight for the next episode since I'm recording the next one this weekend. Oh shit. Schedule constraints kind of made me stack episodes back to back, so see you guys soon. Did you have a good week?
It was alright, not too bad, except for a few things.
Oh, what happened?
Nothing really too bad, except I got a grill for my birthday, and they were like, oh, you only have to have a few bolts. The whole thing is, like, not put together at all. I spent $500 so I can build the damn thing myself.
A grill?
Yeah, that's what I got for my birthday.
That's awesome. Is it like a propane or charcoal?
It's propane. I tried a charcoal grill once. That ended poorly.
Did you burn the house down?
No, just my hand.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, that wasn't very fun, but it happens.
Was it from the lighter fluid or from the charcoals?
Charcoal. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, that doesn't look too hot. I picked it up anyway.
Oh, was it all ashy?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do not do well with charcoal either. I stick to propane. Are you, you're almost done with this semester, right?
Yes, I'm finally almost done with the first semester of college.
You threw me for a loop there.
And that'd be fun. It's like, yeah, I'm a 19-year-old and freshman in high school. That would suck so bad.
What?
And I was like, whoa. But yeah, I finally almost passed my first year of college, thankfully, because I'm in community and not university, because that thing is freaking ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I went to a community school as well. If you don't mind me asking, what are you going to school for anyway?
I'm mostly studying psychology, but I'm thinking about minoring in culinary arts.
Oh, okay, yeah, I knew that you liked to cook.
Yes, I'm quite good at it, honestly.
Very cool, man. Are there any like specific types of food that you like to cook?
I usually work with meats and whatnot. Meats and pastas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so far I don't specialize in anything per se. I just work with whatever.
What's one dish that you love to make?
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Really?
Yeah, there's some people who are like, what the hell is that?
Are you a communist?
Like, freaking communist. Actually, fun fact, Frank Sinatra was actually accused of being a communist, like practically everyone else back at that time.
Who the hell would accuse Frank Sinatra of being a commie?
Republicans.
Oh, well, yeah. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer that makes total sense.
Yep, pretty much every era seems to have that. First it was back with the witch trials, and then it was communist, and now it's misogynists.
My father's like a hardcore, God-fearing Republican, and man, I can't spend more than a day around the guy, because he's bad like that. He thinks anybody who doesn't meet like his qualifications of being a man, he thinks they're gay. Any number of races, he thinks that I should stay away from him. There's an Asian guy that lives above me, and my dad saw him when he came by not too long ago, and he's like, "Huh, why didn't you tell me you had Asians living here?" And I was like, "Because I didn't think it was a big fucking deal."
You never do hear much about the Asians, do you? You always hear about bad things happening to the blacks and the Mexicans, and then like the Asians are just there like, I'm just gonna go back to doing my math.
Back to engineer work.
It's like, you gotta admit, like, that's their stereotype. It's like, oh, you guys commit crime and you're drug cartels. What about you, engineer? I'll work with it.
Yeah, it really pissed me off when he was talking about it, because I was like, I'm not trying to justify his racism, because he's racist against everybody, and he's Hispanic, and he's even racist against Hispanics. And I really wanted to know, like, what is his beef with Asians? Because, like, the guy that lives above me, he's nice as hell, and I can't think of a single issue with him. And I don't know, I just...
jealous.
Yeah, probably. I think that's my dad's issue. Like you said, Republican.
I know not all of them are bad, but some of them just get ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Like, some of the ones like Mike Huckabee and all them. I saw once this this thing that Rick Santorum was doing, and then one of, like, the people was like, Obama was trying to nuke Charleston, and even, like, Santorum just looked like, oh, God. I remember these people.
It's always the loudest, lowest percentile. Those are the ones that give everybody a bad name.
Yeah, like, even the same thing with feminists. They're always like, hey, we're for all... Like, we're helping everyone, and then you just have the crazy one, like, male suicide, lol, good, kill themselves, and then just like...
Oh, my God.
I've even heard them, like, you ever heard of Christina Sommers? She's like this, she calls herself a feminist, but she goes for, she cares about issues happening to both genders, and then other people are like, she went to give a speech down at a university, and someone actually put trigger warning anti-feminist on the door of her, where she was giving the seminar.
Oh my God, dude.
And what did she do? She went on Twitter and said, I'm sorry for triggering this dog, and then she showed this picture of an Australian Shepherd with a very sad-looking face. That's how she handles it. Other people harass her, and she's like, whatever. Can't do shit to me. I'm in my 40s. I don't give a crap.
Well, yeah, that's like, I saw a post yesterday online of these women who I think they were Twitter posts, but it was a Tumblr, like it was a screenshot from Tumblr. I don't hang on. I don't know the whole details behind it, but there were like 6 or 7 tweets of these supposed feminists who were saying, LOL, I heard the story about this guy who apparently got raped at gunpoint from a woman, or 2 women. Apparently 2 women held a guy at gunpoint and raped him, and they thought it was the funniest shit possible. And I wanted to be like, okay, if you're a feminist and you're anti-rape, shouldn't you be anti-rape, like, period, across the board, not just anti-feminine rape? I don't, just...
Oh, men get raped.
That's propaganda from the patriarchy.
I have to say, I haven't. It wasn't until I want to say 3 weeks ago when I first heard about these crazy feminist groups and these crazy feminist people, especially on Tumblr, that I've read a lot of stuff about. I'm not gonna lie, man, it blows my mind, and it actually made me want to stay away from Tumblr.
I think Tumblr in general just hates everyone. Like, I remember seeing this one post of, like, Garnet, Pearl, and Amethyst from Steven Universe wearing this shirt called Down with Cis People, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Crystal Gems actually have more important things to worry about, like Peridot and Jasper and all that.
That's one cartoon I want to check out.
Or at least Peridot. Jasper's kind of in the ocean, yeah, spoiler warning.
Oh,
yep.
damn it.
By the way, do check that show out, it's actually really good.
Yeah, I've seen some clips on YouTube, and I really liked the clips that I saw. It seems like it's a show that has like a lot of humor and a lot of heart, so that's why I want to check it out.
Pretty much. I've heard a lot of people say, like, between, like, the ones with the most heart are usually the scenes with Pearl and Steven, which, yeah, pretty much is the case.
And Pearl is the one with the pointy nose?
Yeah, she's the really scrawny one.
Yeah. And then Amethyst is the purple girl?
Yeah, the shorter one. I like her the most. I just love those characters that just flat out do not give a fuck.
Yes! The clips that I saw, she would definitely be the character that I would root for the most. And Garnet. Garnet seems really cool.
Ah, yes. She's just so blunt, it's freaking hilarious.
Oh, I love those types of characters.
Who doesn't, really? it's one... Like, there was actually a crossover episode between that and Uncle Grandpa, and that was freaking funny. I'm like, how did they do that?
What is happening?
This is witchcraft. Oh, right, decent writing, I forgot. That's magic nowadays, decent writing. You don't find it much nowadays.
Oh, man, I know. Anytime I hear anybody, like, really heavily complimenting a cartoon, like Steven Universe, or, like, a couple people online turned me on to Gravity Falls, and I really liked that, because I thought the writing was good.
Yeah, there's only 3 cartoons I can think of that have decent writing, like, in the modern day. It's like Steven Universe, The Amazing World of Gumball, and Gravity Falls. That's pretty much it. Everything else is just, like, focus group garbage.
Now, I don't know anything about Gumball, but I did see on YouTube that video that the guy did, like, he drew all the characters, like, in
anime. Yeah,
oh my god, that was amazing.
Like, the only problem I have with Gumball is, well, at one point they explain why Gumball's dad Richard is like a total man-child is because his mom spoiled him. I'm like, can we get an explanation for his mom, please? Like, I understand, like, can we explain why she has heat vision, demon voice, soul-stealing powers? I'm like, and then in the episode of The Limit, it basically goes like Naruto, Nine-Tailed Fox state stuff. I'm like, really? I'm not joking. She's just like, get away from me, and just like chases after him. What's wrong? That's not your mother. She's a woman with a fury. I'm like, can we explain this, please? Did she what was the stress of having 3 children and a useless husband, like, too much, so she signed a deal with Satan or something? Please explain this. Oh god, that show is freaking amazing.
I need to check this out.
The only problem I have, it still has that whole stereotype, women are smart, men are all freaking idiots, but other than that, it's still pretty good.
I see. Yeah, outside of those cartoons, I don't know of too many cartoons that are really, warranting a lot of attention and critical acclaim.
Well, you still find those cartoons that are just, like, absolutely freaking horrendous, like, I can't even think of anything. Well, except for stuff like Super Mega Fort Awesome and The Problem Solvers, which is just so bad it didn't even make it through a whole season.
Wait, what was that again?
I can't even remember the names of these things. Like, did you ever hear of The Problem Solvers? It was just like this Technicolor vomit. It looked like... It was horrendous. It was horrendously bad.
I like your description, though.
Yeah, with Technicolor puke onto the screen, and it's not even like flashing colors, it's just like a lot of bright neon colors on the screen, and you just go, oh my god, this hurts.
I guess kind of segue from the talk from cartoons to Tumblr feminists chasing off Joss Whedon from Twitter, apparently. I don't know if it's true.
Wait, you mean Wait, you mean the guy who got Anita Sarkeesian on the one? Oh wait, that's Will Wheaton. My bad.
No. Apparently, Joss Whedon is really good friends with Anita, and feminists attacked him anyway, saying that in Age of Ultron, Black Widow's character and made her into an awful image and blah blah blah. So
I've already heard from Ray that it kind of had like forced romance, like romantic love interest involved, and I'm like, didn't they kind of do that with all of them? Although it would be a little awkward with the Hulk.
Yeah. Overall, well, I'm curious. Did you watch the movie?
No, I did not. I'm not really big on superhero movies, but I will be trying to check out Deadpool because that looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, if you don't like superhero movies, do not watch it. I was super hyped about the movie. I didn't like it that much. In terms of the Marvel superhero movies, it ranks pretty low on my favorites. So I didn't much care for it. But
it was predictable and had a lot of forced love interest stuff, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the forced love interest was really stupid, and they try to cram way too much into it. Like, the first movie I really liked. The second one, there's too much shit in a 2.5 hour long movie. You can tell that it was probably like a 4 hour long movie. And not only that, but from this movie, they need to tie it into something like 4 or 5 other movies that are coming out, in the next couple of years, and it needs to tie off into every single one of those universes. So,
sweet mother of Christ.
So like,
this is another thing about superhero stuff. Everything just... Everything, within the canon just becomes an absolute cluster molestation.
A clusterfuck is definitely the best way to explain the movie. It's too fucking much going on. I mean, it was a fun movie. I enjoyed watching it. It'll be the only time I watch it, but I'll probably catch shit for it. I don't care. I'm still a huge Marvel fanboy. I love comics, but man, I did not care for the movie.
You're gonna catch shit from the 15 people that watch this.
A, that's a sick burn, and B, you're right.
I think it's probably a good. It's if that actually happens and 10 people actually get butthurt over it, I think that's just proof that if feminists are gonna focus on anything, might want to be the comic book nerds, because with the whole Gamergate thing is gamers are misogynist, gamers are horrible, gamers are mean, and go focus on the comic books. Gamers will pretty much they don't except for EA, they will pretty much take shit from anybody.
Yeah.
Although Nintendo at least kind of makes up for it by making those games that are this funny thing called fun.
Right.
I know, they do that, and Valve does good and all of that, but the comic book, some of them can be the most unpleasable fucks. The only one that ranks lower is the social justice warriors on Tumblr. You can almost not satisfy comic book nerds. You can pretty much never satisfy the social justice crowd. These female characters aren't. It's we want female characters. You put them in. They're not to our specifications. You do that. It's not good enough. Yeah, The Amazing Atheist pretty much summarized it best with Anita Sarkeesian. It's you turn in the character design, it's less tits, and then they shrink the breast size, and then they go, more tits! That actually was a thing. She complained about, Laura Croft's, breast size, and then she talked about the remake, and they said they are masculinizing her.
Mm-hmm.
And, she actually called, before the whole gaming thing started, she said Bayonetta was sexist, and then I played it, and I'm my first thought wasn't, gee, I sure do think women are objects. My thought was, fuck! Because I just got killed by Grace and Glory for the 15th time that day.
The characterization of Bayonetta, though, I get where people come from saying, she is just kind of a sex pot. I get the feeling with Bayonetta, it's not so much that she's, an overly sexualized character. She kind of owns her sexualization. She's a confident, sexy woman. It's
she uses it to her advantage, and it's the male gaze. I'm the only time when she was getting stared at once was by Luca in that one point. And when that happened, they nearly got blown up by a missile.
Right, exactly.
It's ooh, oh shit! And it's got it, and just starts blowing up missiles. Actually, the developer of Bayonetta, the one for her character design, was actually a woman, so...
Right, exactly.
Fantasy much? I do think, there's actually, I think the funniest thing, there's actually this thing that some of the feminists use called the Bechdel test, to test if something's sexist or not. Bayonetta passes.
No shit.
Yeah, Bayonetta and John are communicating about things, and it's, standard rival banter, but other than that, it's pretty standard. It's a shame she had to be dead for most of the second game.
I haven't played the second one, but man, I really want to.
Yeah, play the second one. It's basically the first game, except it won't kick you in the balls with steel-toed boots. Like, I remember I was bored, at one point, I'm like, I'm gonna play Bayonetta on very easy, just to chillax. I died in freaking very easy mode.
Oh, man, yeah, in Bayonetta 1, I played on the easiest mode, and I still died a lot.
Oh god, the one part in Chapter 9 with the giant boulder thing that chases you down, and the instant it even comes near you, you fall off and get eaten by a dragon. I'm like, could you ease up a little bit, please? I actually remember, watching JonTron's video of, the top 10 boss fights, and the first one was Jubileus from the first game, and I will fully admit the boss fight from Bayonetta 2, you're basically fighting the blue dude from Watchmen, it's basically Dr. Manhattan with a big Peridot's head.
What the hell?
I know, it was very weird. It was nowhere near as epic as Jubileus, but it was still pretty cool.
Dude, that fight with Jubileus was fucking ridiculous.
I know, you had to get onto it, and then you had this extremely long boss fight where she could actually turn you into a little girl and then beat you to death, and then blah blah blah, and then this other nonsense, and then you have to send her into the... And then you have to fight her into the sun, and then you have to break her up while you're in the sun, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is this, and how do I experience it again? What are you, Aaron?
What's that?
Oh, sorry, I was petting my Pokemon, and it's that's the thing about Pokemon to me, sometimes you'll just, it'll just touch them, and then it'll treat it as a hit, and my Aaron's just growling at me, and I'm like, screw you, you iron turtle thingy. I was actually talking to my friend at one point, I'm like, I think Pokemon's gonna be good for 2 more generations and then a remake of Gen 4 and that's about it. And then he said, I think we're just gonna be doing this until Pokemon stops making money. So I said, so that's pretty much never.
Yeah, right. That's the thing that blows me away about Pokemon is, there was such a huge gap between games on that most recent one. And so many people were like, God, just make anything Pokemon related. It's gonna sell. You guys have the ability to just constantly sell this shit, and you guys don't. In a way, I kind of respect that about Nintendo. Or about, what's the group that makes it? HAL, is it?
Yeah, Game Freak. HAL is the one behind, I think, Smash Brothers and also Kirby. I'm still disappointed that I can't find Return to Dreamland anywhere at all.
Really?
I know, I looked everywhere for it, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna settle for Epic Yarn, which is definitely a good game to play if you just want to relax.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the one where you can't die ever, right?
Pretty much. Well, you can't die, but you lose all your, sequence, which is what determines your score, so you want to get gold medal, you gotta keep those rings and avoid getting hit.
I see.
Yeah, but still, even if you can't die, there's still some challenge to it.
Plus Kirby's just adorable.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my god.
I do get kind of tired of that, like that joke, oh, Kirby's the most horrifying thing ever, there was actually a death battle thing between Kirby and Majin Buu, and I'm like, wouldn't Kirby just be able to copy Majin's abilities? And then end it. Which is pretty much what happened.
Well, we're gonna shift gears into DA territory.
Oh goody, where Tumblr's starting to leak. I'm joking.
Is it really?
Somewhat. There was this one particular member of the KiseCast community. I call him Cunt Ninjax too, and those real names Green Ninjax because
I saw he's gone finally.
Yeah, he was a bit of a twat, and it's not because he just treats women as sex objects. It's not because he's constantly annoying people with a stupid bimbo fetish. You know what got him in trouble? He got someone's gender wrong. They identify as they.
Really?
Yes, that's where the problem, that's when I had another one of my famous freakouts where I'm just fuck!
So, of all the things that guy has done wrong, of all the people that he's pissed off, the thing that finally got him banned was harassing somebody and getting their gender wrong.
Not even harassing, he just identified them as he, and it's it's they, hey, you bastard, and then, she didn't just stop, and he also played the autism called, I have Asperger's syndrome, which, of course, having autism, that pissed me off.
God damn, dude. That's... You can't use that as a crutch. When you fuck up, you can't be like, I have Asperger's. No.
You do that, and you're getting a crutch to the crotch.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, well, no, I'm not even going to dive into it. I've heard a lot of people say that he's an asshole. I don't know. He spoke to me one time, and he was just like, "You want a Yuri cosplay?" And I was like, "Nope." And that was it.
Cosplay?
Not cosplay. I'm sorry.
It's like turn him into a bimbo. Like turn him into a bimbo, and Chris went, "Fuck that shit, man. I don't know why I made him sound black, but it works."
Not cosplay. I'm sorry. What if it a role play?
I know. It's just.
But the cosplay thing, that was good.
Well, I could go in there. Let's see. I got some lesbians, and let's see. Ava, Laura, burn him to death. That'll work.
But yeah, that was the only communication I ever had with the guy. Outside of that, so many people, especially in the podcast, talked about how big of a tool the guy was.
I know. Like, the only other person I ever heard talk about him was a person named by Rollaby Star Warrior or something. She also has a thing for like, she only does Yuri role-playing and stuff like that, but she's at least respectful and...
Yeah, very.
All that. That's the only thing. In fact, she was the one who I think actually got him banned.
Oh, no kidding.
And then someone else got butthurt about that. It's like, why did you do that? And I'm like, this guy is the Onision of the, like, Kisekai community. Like, there are people that just absolutely love him, and then everyone else is just like, he's a fucking cunt. Why do you like him?
Yeah. She had complained to me one time in notes about him, and then in 3 other episodes of the podcast, people name-dropped him, complaining about him. But I wasn't sure if he listened to the show, so I was like, well, I don't want him to hear it and then get upset. So I edited out his name. I bleeped anybody that said his name.
It's like, if you're watching this, eat a dick.
Yeah. If you're watching this, beep, then you need to go eat a dick. And he would have no idea who it was.
At this point, like, what he'd said, he's like, are they... No, actually, he probably has so little self-awareness, he'd be like, oh, this guy sounds like a cunt, I wonder what he's talking about.
I'm not going to edit it now since apparently he's banned, but I'm sure he made an alternate account.
Probably, and then he's gonna be like, please forgive me, and we will say, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I heard a lot of people say that, I guess he was really bad at doing, like, godly RPs, where he just takes over your character and blah, 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 and he's an ass, I guess, I don't know.
I've had a friend like that who used to do that, but it was like the opposite spectrum. Like, I told you about Dark Blur, didn't I? Like, he made the character that was basically Sephiroth with boobs.
Oh, yes!
Like, and what happened now? She and Ava had a child. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Thanks, Sarah, for that. And it's like weird. It's like she stops killing right with the whole situation with Cameron, blah blah blah, and nowadays she's just like a smug brat, kind of like Cameron, only with less rage fits.
Well, that segues perfectly into your OCs and all of your characters, which you have, sir. You have a lot of characters.
Yes, and some of them kind of blend together. Like, I've noticed that, like, Vivian and Nodoka are essentially the same, except Vivi's, like, half Nodoka's size and all that, and a guinea pig instead of that. Like, yeah, like, once you get a lot of characters going, they eventually will start, like, you'll start reusing, character traits and whatnot, which kind of happens.
Right.
Speaking of which, between watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z and Steven Universe, that's actually a thing I've been working on, is character fusions.
Yeah, a lot of people are starting to get into that. I haven't thought about doing that myself. What kind of fusions do you have lined up?
Well, the only one I have recently is working with the Angel characters, and I've already got one between, William and, Cameron, so I thought that would be kind of cool. Like, I don't know why, but I think it would be cool, like, either fusing William with either David or Cameron, and then just having them open up with Queen's Don't Stop Me Now.
God, I love that song.
Yeah, start with that and then immediately beat the ever-loving fuck out of that. I started him out in a roleplay with a... Oh. Thank you for alerting me to the podcast phone. I'm already in the middle of it.
Oh, I know. Mine just went off, too.
Oh, God. It's like... Oh, God. Like, I started roleplaying with someone with that, and it was with Michael, so it's, yeah, now I'm dealing with a Super Saiyan 4 fight, and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
well, time to break shit. Like, I know, like, I do have also a problem with the sort of God mode thing.
Oh, really?
That's not as bad. I mean, I at least try and have my characters have some weaknesses, like when Cameron went into that psychotic phase where he gets orange hair and shit. I at least make him incredibly strong but fairly inaccurate and also unable to focus and stuff, kind of like Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z.
Ah. Well, see, I guess it wasn't so much like the fact that that Green Ninja X was making his characters like overly powerful. I think the complaints that I heard was that he was basically just telling your character, like, and I impregnate your character, or
You are doing this, and you're completely fine with that. And
yes,
it was good for this.
You're completely okay with this. Wait, what are you doing to me? Now I've impregnated you.
This is what it's for. Mid-90s Kevin Nash. I'm sorry to say that.
But yeah, I think that was other people's beef with him.
That was my problem with Lego Maximus too. Like, he had a similar thing with that.
Yeah. I won't get into it about him.
Poor Anarchy. Like, I still have to bring him back. It was supposed to be like, I'd say Cameron's a evil twin, but I think that's like, it would be like that episode of Ren and Stimpy. It's his evil half and his indifferent half! And Anarchy would be the indifferent half at this point. Which, kind of at this point, yeah, it is, with the whole psychotic thing, which is actually a picture I did recently. It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. I was like, I'm gonna read some stories, and then I found, like, this other thing. It's like, oh, this appeals to a fetish, and I read it, and I'm like, what the ever-loving dick cheese is this?
What happened?
Long story short, basically it was some stories like, weight gain, I'm fine with that. Also, it involves torturing pregnant women. What?
Ew.
I'm like, okay, this person is like fucking horrendous, and like,
man.
I concede, you are officially the most fucked up thing I have seen on this website. Like, yeah, that's probably a thing you could talk about with fetishes. Like, it's fine when I don't have any problems with fetishes, but once it goes into like sadistic torment territory, I'm like, you can torment certain, like, people that deserve it, like, and yes. I think the writer's kind of going with that. Like, someone said, man, she deserves to get tortured, like, she deserves to get her just desserts. It's like, she didn't eat in 5 minutes. I'm like, he knows he's a horrible person.
Oh my god, dude, that's terrible. That's the other thing that I don't like about, like, certain fetish material is when it, like, when there's no warning of it whatsoever and you're getting into a story. Like, this has happened with me, times where I've read, like, doujinshis, is like, oh yeah, it's kind of it starts off with, like, a really, just a couple getting together, they're going on a date, then, they have sex or whatever. And it's like, oh, the next day, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's her taking a dump on him, and I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Like,
no, it's like blood.
What even?
It's like blood pigeon. It's like, okay, we're gonna go with sex slave. Okay, this is creepy. Next thing, the vagineer. Oh, that's what the fuck? Like, she did have a vagina for a face. I'm like,
oh my god.
Ew, like, I was wondering for, like, animes like Love Hina and Bludgeoning Angel Dokuro-chan, I'm like, why do these things exist? Why is this, like, considered humorous? And then I watch hentai, I'm like, oh, now I get it.
Oh, man, there's so much fucked up stuff out there. Yeah, we're gonna have fun in the fetish portion of the podcast.
Well, it's like, I think, like, the closest thing to an offensive thing we have is Chad's tranquilizer fetish. I'm like, just wait for Cam to eat herself in a food coma. You don't have to get chemicals into this.
Yeah, he told me that he was developing that. I'd never heard of that before.
Maybe he's trying to make his mark on the community. Like, I'm gonna make a fetish. Like, no, everything already can be too.
Yeah, pretty much everything is a fetish these days. But yeah, all of your OCs, which something that Chad and I were talking about was like some of this. Like, you do a ton of collaborations with people. Like, you bring other people's characters into your work, or you have your characters go into other people's work.
I really want, like, actually there's this thing where, this picture I've really wanted to do, like, in celebration of both me and Ray making it to, like, 50,000 page views. I just wanted to have me and her I was gonna make a bitch fight where we're like, basically I'm using Natalie and she's using, the French bitch as a as freaking clubs, just bitch fight, because everyone wants to see that they are both horrible. Like, at least everyone recognizes Natalie's horrible. Biscuit or whatever her name is, they're still like, oh, she's so cute. I'm like, she was just said a very homophobic statement before on Adrian. I'm like, really?
She's really mean of Ray's characters, but I admit I'm attracted to her character, but I'm kind of in that same boat.
Of like, please don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Please don't kill me. Like, yeah, that's the thing with Cecilia, I think. She's scary.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Cecilia, Cecilia, I have a soft spot in my heart for her just because I love, like, powerful. I love, like, powerful women, like, strong, mean women. Not mean as in, like,
not like Natalie or Bailey territory.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they would just punch you in the shoulder like, you're an idiot, but it's still in a loving manner.
Fun fact, I was watching Chugga Conroy's Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and then it got to the part with Jovi and being like the little kid with the glasses, and then the annoying little girl. I'm like, I did not realize I actually based Bailey's original design off of those two.
Did you really?
Yeah, like, she even had, like, Jovi's hair balls and Jovi's glasses. I'm like,
mouse ears.
Like, I did not realize that. I did not know that. And then she turned into Professor Stein as a girl.
Oh, but I love her. I love Bailey.
Yes, even if she did take a teenage girl's corpse and turn it into a girlfriend robot. Like, that's actually a thing I thought she could do as a business. Just, hey, lonely nerds, have girlfriend robots. But from that one episode of Gravity's Falls, I think we realized that would be a horrible idea.
Oh my god, what was her name? Giffany.
Oh, Giffany. Like, I have yet to watch that episode. Like, I remember seeing it from, like, both watching Doug Walker and his brother talk about that, and it was mentioned on Mr. Enter's video, and I'm like, Jesus.
It's a really good episode. I like Seuss's girlfriend that he gets in that episode.
Oh yeah, I heard they were a good fit for each other.
Yes, very, very cute. But so that's where you maybe inexplicably got the idea for doing Bailey. Then you think?
Yeah, that actually was like the first Pokemon game I ever played, like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I remember when I was first I was looking at the PP, the PowerPoints, and like, does the power of these moves actually go down when you use them? It turns out I was wrong.
Damn it!
Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm like, that's what I originally thought. And it was weird. I actually had I owned a strategy guide for the original Red and Blue for it, so I thought I would have learned something from that by then. God, it was sad.
Oh my god, man. Well, now I know, because I really haven't played an official Pokemon game, like, ever. I've played snippets here and there where I've tried it out just to try it. I like RPGs. I think I would like it. I never have the time to play one because you got to sink so many hours into it.
I do recommend giving Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire a try, because thanks to the experience share and Pokemon and me giving you a boosted experience, it does make the game somewhat easier.
Okay.
And X and Y does that too. It's just generally easier. You don't even... Yeah, it's not even until the Elite Four when you deal with someone who has a full team of 6 Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do agree. Like, I do think, like, Gen 4 is one of my favorite Pokemon generations. Argon 2 is only 6. Like, I will fully admit that one's, like, a bit slow with, like, the battle speed, and, like, there's, like, a point, like, where you get the 4th or 5th gym badge where, yeah, after you get the one in Heart Home City, then there's, like, this huge gap where you're dealing with Team Galactic, and then you can get the 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Aye. Okay.
So, yeah, there is that, but maybe they'll fix that in the inevitable remake they'll make in 2 years.
Right?
Nintendo, please do that. I'm begging you. I want to see Mega Luxray.
They would be swimming in money, man.
They're already swimming in money. They got Splatoon coming out soon. Yeah, I've already heard from Cobalt Claw and Chinchilla Shogun Zam that those games are actually really good. But I've heard that the Splat Roller is completely broken.
Oh, really? Is that the one where you can move really fast through the map?
And pretty much splatter everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
How many people do you think have already asked for the Inkling to be in Smash Bros?
Are they still going to introduce more characters for downloadable content?
if they do, I'm sincerely hoping that Isaac from Golden Sun and Bayonetta get in that game.
Dude, oh my god, if Bayonetta was in Smash Bros, I would lose my shit.
I don't know, I don't know which better would be as Final Smash, either her dragging Gamora or just using the Umbran climax, but either way it would be fucking fantastic.
Oh man, I wish they would get Bayonetta in the game. Good god.
I know, it would just be amazing. I've heard other people, suggesting, mostly it's, Banjo-Kazooie and some people from, ones from Donkey Kong Country and, all that nonsense.
Really? Trixie Kong or what?
I don't think any more Kongs. I think they mean, villains,
K. Rool?
Yeah, oh, that's the name. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Huh. Well, I don't know. I like Donkey Kong Country, but I would rather see, Bayonetta or one of the Splatoon characters. I think that would be a good tie-in.
I wonder if they're just gonna go into, the, tradition of pretty much giving the main characters no personality like they often do.
Yeah, I think that would probably be best.
I always love that, this was actually a thing in Golden Sun, okay, in the first game you played as Isaac, in the second game you played, mainly as Felix, and the third game you played as Isaac's son. In all three of those games, Isaac spoke in the second and third game, Felix spoke a little bit in the beginning of the first game and never showed up again, and yet when you play as them, they don't say shit. It's like, you want to be the main character? Okay! It's yay! It's I know this was a plot in, I was thinking, is this in a Miyazaki film? It was actually in The Little Mermaid. It's like that. Ursula gave you main character status so that you could put in exchange for your voice.
I see.
That's the thing in, Japanese RPGs. The characters don't speak at all. Although I think it probably would have been best if Lightning never spoke, because it would have made no difference.
Oh, God. But, talking about your OCs some more, I'm curious if you... Do you have any backstory on how you created Jacqueline?
Jacqueline? Actually, not really. I was thinking about, I really should introduce, the parents of some of my characters from, and then I'm like, so what should I go? And after watching a lot of Full Metal Jacket, I'm like, I got it.
Uh-huh.
And Jacqueline was created.
Very nice, okay.
The drunken U.S. Marine, everyone run for your freaking lives. Oh god, a fusion between Jacqueline and Cameron would probably be too drunk to function.
You should do it anyway, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Which one would be more overpowered? I don't know. That was actually a thing I was thinking of when I was watching an episode of, Steven Universe. It was, this one where he and, Steven has to meet, his only other human friend, Connie, and her, parents, and she told him they live in a, they have a nuclear family, husband and wife and all that, so all three of the gems fused together and they basically turned into this giant thing that looked like someone redesigned Ben 10's Alien way big, and I'm like, Jesus freaking Christ, that is enormous. And I was thinking, what would happen if we fused all the angels together? It would be a clusterfuck.
But an entertaining clusterfuck.
That was the thing in that episode. It was just one entertaining cluster molest. That seems to be a thing in that one.
Oh, and I had seen recently that you commented on something, man, feels like it's been forever ago, but we did a collab together with Reese and Jasmine. Jasmine, yes. Now, what were you saying about, you had commented about that Jasmine is married now and has a kid?
Yes. She is, now married to Dark Force character Nega Michael, who honestly looked like someone tried to take his character and make a creepypasta out of it.
Oh, okay.
I know. I think I still have the, original picture. No, wait, I forgot. Michael deleted his old account because no one appreciated him. I'm like, after the situation with Sophia, I kinda see your, where they would be coming from, dude. But it's a shame. He really is a good artist. He just has issues sometimes.
Oh, I see.
I think his main problem is with he's a really good guy and all, but his problem is with originality. You look at his stuff, and it's either I can tell what this is inspired from, or this is just a blatant ripoff. He made this character, I think it was named Susan Aran, guess what that's inspired from?
Samus Air?
No, like, literally, it was literally just Samus. Like, Samus with a different suit on. I'm like, dude, why? It's even a situation with, like, his characters, Akiryu and Akuma, who are basically Virgil and Dante from Devil May Cry, except I remember one time I would love to install this character Yvonne, and I'm like, yeah, whatever you say, DMC Dante.
Did he get pissed?
Oh, she got very pissed, and she wanted Cameron dead. Okay, that was actually for various other reasons. He got too into a sparring match with the girl's arm off, and it's like, I will destroy you, demon. And it's like, will you leave me alone? No! Oh god, it is freaking fun. Well, then again, I'm one to talk. One of my camps started off as KTQ Hitman Reborn fan character, and then he became Saints Row fan character, and it's still stuck with that.
Really?
Yeah, Sierra actually took some inspiration from Mukuro from KTQ Hitman Reborn, the dude with the like illusion powers.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, like if anyone like to the 10 people that have actually watched that show, like they probably get that.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before.
It could have been one of the I really do think it could have like been up there with Naruto and Bleach and all that, but they just kind of stopped paying attention to it.
Oh, that sucks.
I know, like I watched the anime, it was pretty decent, sort of. It does have that problem with it's like they could have continued on from the manga, but it just stopped.
Did it only get one season?
No, it got 8.
Wow.
It got 8 freaking seasons. Yeah, if you ever
I don't know, I've never heard of this before.
It's kind of cool. It's a bit refreshing to see, like, out of all those manga, like, the anime protagonists, it's not like, I'm totally gonna do this, I'm confident, believe it! The studio's more like, am I seriously have to freaking do this? Everyone's like, yes, shoot him in the head. And, yeah, long story with, like, the dying wool bolt and all that, but I'm not gonna get into that.
I was gonna say, I get really tired of that same protagonist archetype of just, I'm gonna do this. I've got the best confidence in the world. It's like,
I know, like, it's like, and there was also another trope I kind of don't like. Like, I think this is exemplified most notably with Naruto learning the Rasengan. It's like this thing could take years. I'm gonna learn it in a week. Sure enough, frickin' does it.
Right, exactly.
Well, he kind of cheated. He found like a roundabout way of doing it, but it worked.
Yeah.
I've actually been hearing recently that they kind of wrapped things up with Naruto. They sank more ships than Andrew Huss. No, they really did more than like more OTPs got sank. It's like, who's Naruto going with? Who is it? Hinata! Yay! And all the other ones are like, fuck!
Jesus, did they just like scrap everything that they had worked on, or what?
No, they got everything wrapped up together. Naruto and Sasuke basically got Saiyan powers or something like that. They basically got their powers up to possible max without basically turning into like Dragon Ball Z shit. And I heard they're actually making a movie that follows the stuff for Naruto's son, and I'm like, what? It's like, this Naruto is gonna become the next Dragon Ball Z. We're gonna deal with Dragon Ball GT with like Naruto and Sasuke fighting. Like, alongside each other. I still hate Sasuke, that fucking writer's pet.
Really?
Like, I remember it's like, hey, sorry I started a huge war and killed one of the village leaders, we cool? Yeah, we cool, dog. No. That fucking dick. He really is just fucking horrible. Like,
I love your distaste for this.
Like, I hated him back before, like, the whole, like back when he was just a smug prick. And then all of a sudden, like, it's like, oh, are they gonna make him better? No, they're gonna make him even fucking worse. And we're gonna focus on fighting him again for the, like, large portion of this story. Like, practically every mission I remember until I just stopped was, like, just based around, like, oh, this may help find Sasuke somehow. I don't care about that emo bastard.
I kind of wish I would have kept up with Naruto. I only watched the first season when it was on Adult Swim.
I personally want to start. I personally kind of want to get back into One Piece because that just looked like it looked less like angsty and all that other crap.
I've heard so many good things about the the non-dubbed version of One Piece.
Yeah,
I really want to watch it.
4 kids anally raped that series.
Yeah, I've heard. I've seen a lot of screenshots that are just like, really? You even edited the animation?
Like, they even cut out huge parts of it. Like, I remember, like, I was watching it, and then I heard, like, the opening to the first anime. I'm like, they replaced, Vic Mignogna did it perfectly. Like, this is perfectly child-friendly. Why did they replace it with this garbage? Really? Fuck you, 4 kids. Like, I heard the only one thing that was, like, generally looked good upon was, like, JoJo's, Fantastic Adventure or whatever it was. Like, or, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't know what it was called. Like the cheesy nonsense actually fit the, show, so that works.
And you're saying the 4 kids dubbed, JoJo's?
I think so. I can't really remember. Like, the only thing I liked that 4 kids ever dubbed was Pokemon. Like, I just thought that was always, like, generally pretty good.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, but that could be my nostalgia kicking in. Like,
yeah.
I didn't get into gaming until I was about 9 when I got a GameCube, but if there's one thing I always loved as a kid, it was Pokemon. I remember one time I was in 2nd grade, I was supposed to bring in, like, something for show and tell. I just brought in, like, a book giving information about Pokemon and just started reading that to everyone.
Dude, I did the same shit! I did the same thing! I didn't do it with Pokemon, I did it with the strategy guide to Final Fantasy VII.
Did everyone scream, "Get out, faggot," and throw things at you?
I think even my teacher was like, Jesus, just fucking shoot me. Is this kid serious?
I do remember, like, 2nd grade was not fun for me. I had to get, like, seated away from the class because my teacher didn't know how to deal with someone with ADD and Asperger's syndrome. Like, and then I encountered her, like, when I was 8 years old, and then, like, after I started taking medication, she's like, "Oh, hi, good to see you again." And I'm like, bitch, I remember what you did.
Right. Dude, I was the same way. Like, all through my elementary school years, it wasn't until I was in middle school when they started drugging me, and that's when...
God.
Yeah, but man, those elementary school years, I hated my teachers. I hated everyone, pretty much, but...
I really don't have the capacity for, like, holding grudges that much.
Mm-hmm.
Really, but some of my teachers were kind of bad. It's the students I fucking hated. Like,
oh yeah, dude.
Like, some of them were pretty bad.
Now you've been out of high school for a year. Have you, like, kept in contact at all with, like, some of the people you went to high school with?
The closest thing I had was this person, a big Hetalia. Like, this girl, she was really cool. She got me into Hetalia, and she let me know the existence of Homestuck. It was Sam who got me into that.
Ah.
I'm still recovering from the end of Act 5. Like, what happened? Like, oh, universe explodes. What? It's like, what, we're just gonna move on? Hey, look, the alphas. What? This happened.
That shit is too deep for me to start getting into.
I don't even think it is deep. It reminded me of me when I was 13. Like, I was just writing stuff and it just got into batshit crazy territory. I've heard Andrew Plus, like, his other thing that he did, Detective whatever it was, like, actually had cohesion and, like, it actually made sense, and no one's paying attention because it's art. Like, everyone's got the Homestuck.
He just gave up on his other project?
No, he probably still does it. Well, there was that one incredibly I'm assuming ironically done, badly drawn MS Paint comic. It was just, like, really bad looking. I think that was just, like, done for the love of it or whatever.
Wow.
I still gotta get into the, like, the only thing I know about, like, the other trolls, like, the alternative ones, was that, frickin' Cankry was basically the embodiment of Tumblr. Like, at the time, it wasn't, like, hateful. It's like, ow, trigger warnings. Like,
oh my god, that's amazing.
The trigger warning nonsense. Like, I've seen a lot of fan dub stuff for, like, interaction between, like, the denizens and the other things. Like, I actually saw the contrast between Befri and the Condescension. I'm like, Jesus! Like, that was so sweet. Condescension is just pure pure brutal evil, even more than sober Gamzee. I'm like, Jesus, hey, chap dancing Christ. I imagine no one knows what I'm talking about.
No, I've read, like, there's I think it was a wiki all about that universe, and even the wiki, I was like, man, this shit is too much for me. Like, I cannot get into this. Even though I'm interested, I'm intrigued by it. I mean, it's practically an entire universe of comics.
I've gotten pretty well into it. You get to understand more if you're reading, like, the Pester logs, which is, like, the main method of, like, interaction between the characters and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, it does get kind of interesting, and I'm like, I kind of think that the character that gets overly hated is Aridin, like, the hipster douchebag, the Sea Prince dude. I'm like, why does he get hated so much? Oh, he's a fuckboy. Oh, that explains it. I like it. It's like, what happened? He nearly killed Solix. Why? Because he was jealous. Oh, so that's why everyone hates him. It's like, like, that makes sense. It's not like Carcat who gave the universe cancer, basically. Yeah, that was literally the thing that happened.
Wow.
That's pretty much like, you can take anything out of context for Homestuck, and pretty much the reaction would be, what the fuck?
I'm really intrigued by it, and so many people, especially in the Kisekai universe or Kisekai world on DA, they're really into it. So I've always wanted to check it out.
I know Paper's into it.
Mm-hmm.
I know Paper, and I think Ranba. I really do want to see a point where Paper and the girl whose name I can't pronounce would get into a debate on, like, I mean no ill will to Paper, but she does seem like that kind of Tumblr girl, and Rand is just the polar opposite of that, and the debate would just be glorious. It's like, no, you guys are actually being mean. You don't understand what we're doing! Well, no, but I understand. It's like, well, dictionary definition of feminism is, yeah, it's like, yeah, definitions don't, like, yeah, action speaks louder than definition, people.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
I'm sorry, but some of your people are bad. Now please address them. No, we're just going to continue blaming all men for this. Oh, God.
I didn't know Paper was a bit of a feminist. I had no idea.
Yeah, I she called herself like a pastel shithead in like her update, and I said, hey, I made a Tumblr joke, and she's like, anyone who's not a feminist is a shithead, and I'm like, oh boy. Like, I even mentioned, like, it's like, go look up what feminism does, and I'm like, if it has anything to do with video games or manspreading, I'm out. He's like, I'm not even gonna debate with you anymore. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, did the facts hurt? She's gonna see this, isn't she?
I don't know if she listens. I don't know. You want me to cut that out?
Screw it, alright. Already on the train, so hell, blow the whistle.
Oh, man. Don't hate him, Paper. Jesus.
Too late. I heard he said I'm not a feminist, so... dead.
My partner, she's a feminist, and I read some of the stuff to her that I found on Tumblr and Twitter, and she was like, this is like way beyond the feminism, because she went to Indiana University, and I mean, that's like a very liberal university.
Did she take a gender studies course?
She did, but I mean, we're in our, practically early 30s, so, I mean... but when I showed her all of that stuff, she's like, this stuff is insane. She's like, this kind of stuff wouldn't fly back in our feminist days.
The second wave, like third wave, it's like third wave, more like Third Reich. Oh God, like yeah. There was actually this app that you could get called Men Kampf. If you added that, it would replace the use of the word man with the word Jew, and then you'd read articles on The Guardian, like Jessica Valenti's articles or stuff on Gawker, and it would look like Nazi propaganda. Like, it would say, we don't hate the Jews, but who cares if we do? Let's just pay Aryans more and Jews less. Hey, it's like the world has been ruined by Jews. I'm like, oh my God, that is horrifying. And people are just like, well, that's okay. That's kind of scary, honestly.
Yeah, dude, no kidding. Hey, we got to put an end to the interview, and I'll hop over to the community portion of the podcast, and we'll get started over there.
Okay.
guys, I'm skipping the artist spotlight segment for this episode just because I have another episode geared up for this weekend. The main reason that I wanted to skip that segment is because I wanted to include this segment, which I'm going to call Tales of Working at a Porn Shop. I worked at an adult store for a short time after college. I worked there at night, and then in the mornings I worked at GameStop, so it was a pretty cool gig, right? And I wanted to share these stories in the community segment, but we had so much that we were talking about, I just put them on the back burner. And I thought, well, maybe I'll save them for another day. And there's probably never going to be another opportunity to talk about this stuff, so I wanted to share these stories now. They're 3 really quick stories. I think they're hilarious. I could write a book about everything that happened working at this porn shop. So anyway, the first story. When I first started working at this porn shop, we had this video room that when you're sitting at the counter and you look into the video room, there's a tiny little nook that you can't see. Now, they were planning on installing a camera in this room so that we could watch that little nook from the front counter. At the time, we could not. I got caught up in the middle of this desperate search to find out who the culprit is, who kept on peeing in the corner of the video room. Now, the video room, we had, this is going to date me, we had VHS tapes in the video room. There were also DVDs, but mostly VHS, because DVDs were becoming a big thing at the time. So, a porno VHS tape, the box of the VHS tape is like 2 times bigger than the VHS tape itself. I don't know if you want to Google that, but yeah, VHS porn boxes were huge. They were like giant books, like encyclopedias. And we had a shit ton of them. There was a whole, there were 3 walls filled with these things. But what he would do is he would grab the VHS tape. The dude didn't jerk off. He would just pee on the floor. Now, that's disgusting enough as it is, right? Because we have to clean that stuff up. Thankfully, I never had to. But when I got hired on, it was like this huge saga of trying to find the VHS pisser. Because he would also pee on the VHS box itself, which is disgusting, and then you have to, obviously we had to throw them away, right? Dude wouldn't just steal a VHS box and piss in the comforts of his own home. He had to piss right then and there. So, that was kind of my first major exposure to the peeing fetish. I had no idea that was a thing. I knew about golden showers. I was pretty naive at the time. I learned a lot while I was working there. The second one was, one night I'm closing, and usually like the last hour that we close from 11 o'clock to midnight, we try not to let anybody into our dressing rooms. So it was a slow night, and this gorgeous woman comes in and kind of sweet talks flirtatiously her way into the dressing room. And I tried not to think too much of it. I was like, okay, whatever, this will be the one time that I let someone do it. She goes back there, she takes a moment, comes out with the stuff, and says, no, it's not really my thing, sorry. Whatever, that's fine. Finish closing up the store, leave for the night, wake up, and my boss, Jen, she calls me up as she's opening the porn shop the next day around 10 o'clock, and she asked me, she asked, hey, did you let a drag queen into the dressing room last night? And I said, in pure naive fashion, I didn't let a drag queen in, but I let a woman try on some clothes. Which, she said, well, okay, first of all, be mindful that we have drag queens in this city. And secondly, we have a drag queen that she's on the band list, so if you would have looked at the band list, you would have seen her on there. She tries on clothes in the dressing room mirror. She jerks off on the mirror. And I kind of did a double take. And I was like, wait. Because I was unfamiliar with drag queens, so I was like, a woman masturbated on the mirror with a penis? And unfortunately, Jen had to clean up the dried love juice from this drag queen on the mirror. That was my hard lesson about drag queens and perverted drag queens. And then the third story, which this one I think kind of takes the cake. There's this guy that he would talk to me a lot just about the most obscure porn shit possible. I had a lot of guys that would come into the store assuming that I was like the biggest pervert in the world. Because when you hear like, oh yeah, that guy worked at a porn store, you initially think, oh yeah, he's probably a pervert. I wasn't that big of a pervert, right? And talking to guys about porn wasn't really my thing. But he would come in and insist on talking to me about all this up-to-date news with the biggest porn stars and telling me all about their life stories. Anyway, he was a very weird guy, but I dealt with him. The fact is that he never bought anything. And one day, my assistant manager, Alicia, told me, hey, Jen and I are fully aware of this now. There's a guy that comes in here, kind of an obese gentleman, older. He's got a bit of a speech impediment. He's a nice guy, but he's really weird. And I said, yes, I totally know who this guy is. She said, yeah, if he's in here, you're gonna have to ask him to leave, because he's creeping out some of the girls that come in to look at the products. Now, we were in a college town, so we had a lot of college students come by. Primarily, we got the female crowd. The male college guys went to another porn store that was a lot seedier and a lot darker and a lot more, I guess, porny? I don't know what the word is. It was grosser. It was more gross. I don't think grosser is a word. So, now that I knew that, I was like, shit, now he likes me, and I think he's an alright guy, but if he's a perv, I can't let him in here anymore. So the next time that he comes in, I was with customers, and he kind of snuck his way in and went to the video room, and I thought, fuck, I've got to eventually tell this guy that he can't be in here. And so I walked up to him, and I was just about to say something to him, and he just immediately starts yammering on about Paris Hilton's porno tape, which was like just becoming a thing. And as soon as he started talking about it, I also had somebody come up to the counter. It was a girl, and she needed to return something. I saw that she had a bag, so I was like, fuck it, let him do his thing. I'm gonna take care of this return. Then I'll tell him he needs to leave. So I go back to the counter, and I help out this girl who, just a couple days ago, she had purchased some lingerie, and she needed to return it. And I explained to her, hey, we kind of have a return policy with lingerie. We can't resell this stuff after you've bought it. And she said, well, if you look, there's a tag on a very uncomfortable place in the lingerie. She's like, if I ever wore this, that tag would have irritated me, so I promise you I didn't wear it. And I took her word for it, plus she had just purchased the stuff, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do the return. And I noticed that this guy was standing right next to the counter, watching the entire transaction go through. So I returned the money to her, and she left, and by this point, the store was empty. I want to reiterate, this guy didn't buy jack shit from the store. Never did he buy anything. And he came up to the counter, and I'm gonna try to do my impression of him. It's been a long time, but I used to make Jen laugh all the time by doing my impression of the poor guy. But he walked up to the counter, and he said, just so earnestly,
yeah, hello, hi, how are you? I would, like to purchase, a pack of ribbed condoms, a pussy book, and, I noticed that girl, she returned some lingeries, and I don't know if y'all are gonna just throw them away, but, you know, I heard you tell her, you know, you can't resell them, so maybe, you know, I could take them off your hands if you're just gonna throw them away, or if I buy them off of you, I pay you, you know, like under the table.
I said, I don't think that she wore them, so we're gonna try and resell them. I was like, if you want to buy them, you can, I guess. And he goes,
so she didn't wear them at all?
And I said, no, I don't think that she wore these, but, you know, if you want, you can buy that and the condoms in the magazine.
No, that's okay if, you know, you don't resell them and she didn't wear them at all, so, that's okay.
And I was like, you still want the condoms in the magazine?
No, I'm good, that's okay, thank you, goodbye.
And so that's... I think he was really embarrassed, and he took off, like he bolted out of the store. I had this look of amazement in my face, like, are you fucking for real right now? You want to buy used lingerie, but whatever. Eventually someone else told him that he was banned from the store, and I've taken up long enough time. Those are my tales from a porn store. Maybe I'll have a future segment just like this another time. I just really wanted to share those stories of the pee fetishist and the drag queen who likes coming on herself, and the guy who is in search of used women's panties. So, anyway, guys, I hope maybe I gave you guys a couple laughs. I hope I might have damaged a couple of you. Back to the episode!
Not having that nonsense involved.
Oh, don't tell Green Ninja X. Oh, wait, he's banned.
Was he banned, or did he just leave?
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, when exactly did this happen?
Hold up, let me look up the date of my fuck everything journal. Alright, I'm gonna have to be careful with my jokes. They may kill Chad.
No, you cannot.
It can't be.
Oh, hi,
Jesse's here!
hi, Jess, you came.
Oh yeah, Chad. She said she probably wouldn't be here because what we're gonna be talking about might not want to be. Did you get a haircut?
It looks like it.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Hello.
You can see her entire face!
I didn't have a haircut. My bangs, guys. I clipped my bangs.
Yeah,
back.
she has a clip in her hair.
Okay. Oh, and by the way,
that was-
the whole nonsense thing, like Green Ninja getting
Banned or left.
no shit for the whole misgender thing. It was March 7th.
Wow, okay.
Like 2
That
months
was a long
ago.
time ago.
2 months ago, and we're still talking about it. Well, he left his mark all right. It just wasn't a good one.
I sort of just kind of forgot about it and just kind of did my own thing.
Okay, so this is the KiseCast After Hours, episode 11, and today's special guest is Cameron, aka PowerOfSky. Welcome, Cameron.
Nerd.
And today, for the panel, we have, yay, Jess came back. Jess is
Hi.
back. Hi, Jess.
I'm eating my hair.
I don't know what you're eating, but it looks good.
It's eggplant.
Oh,
Oh, eggplant. Do you know that sometimes they eat eggplant with Parmesan?
That's
hell
what
yeah.
I'm doing.
Wait, I've never tried it.
And that wonderful voice, those dulcet tones that you're hearing, Red! Red is back!
Yeah!
Yes!
He has returned.
I am so happy Red's back.
I am back, baby.
He's come to serenade us with his melodious voice.
That's
He's
right,
back
man.
with the stalker.
Those pipes from hell. And
Robot hell.
joining us once again, unfortunately, he is battling allergies, Chad.
What perfect timing.
Yes, no kidding.
He's not the only one.
Oh, you're
Comedy is proper timing.
and also battling allergies is Jared, our first-time joiner.
It's not allergies, it's a cold.
Oh no!
Same difference.
No, it's not.
Suck.
No, it's not.
Sit down, Cameron.
I thought he was
Flow in equal measure.
yeah,
A
But
week
still,
of
a little stuffy. And then also joining us in the episode, who unfortunately he doesn't have a mic, Luke, but he's going to join us via text. So welcome, Luke.
Hi, Luke.
I don't know if he can hear us right now or not.
Hi, Luke.
Hi.
Hi!
Wait a minute, hold on.
And the topic of today's episode is all about fetishes, kinks, and you. And while it's not going to be completely about the positivity of fetishes, there might be some negativity here too. We're going to talk about how we link some fetishes within our work. We're going to talk about fetishes within the DA group, within the Kisekai community. Then we're going to talk about some fetishes that we think are supremely fucked up. And I'm sure that everyone has something to talk about here.
Anyone who watches
Oh,
hentai.
yes, me, especially me, and you guys, and some of you should know already.
Well, I also know you have quite the minutia of fetishes that you like. And unfortunately, Jix was going to be here, but I don't think Jix can make it. It's a little too late where he's from, and I think that he said he was going to be asleep. So, Jix, I wish you could have made it to this one. He's...
Have a sweet dream.
Sweet sensual dreams of me.
So, hopefully Jix will join us on the next episode. It's been a long time since he's been on.
Good night, sweet prince.
So the person that came up with this topic was Cameron. And I'm curious, Cameron, why did you want this to be the topic of the episode?
I don't know. I always felt like fetishes always did play some role in the Kisekai community because, again, it is basically, in all, down to its base components, a sex game.
It's a
And
fetish.
even though there are fetishes it doesn't necessarily support, that has not stopped some of us
Yes,
from
that's
finding
true.
a way to use it.
Oh,
Me
God.
and I Don't Know DL have managed to do so. And then there's also the gory vent stuff, which could be considered a fetish to the really fucked up.
Some
Yeah.
people could. Mm-hmm.
A little blood play, yeah.
And a little using zippers to open up body cavities.
Oh,
Important
Yeah,
thing that
you know,
people did when the zipper update. Like,
One.
I know, like,
The zipper.
Ray and Mikoitis both did this, and I'm like, I want to say something, but I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, M is actually famous for that gory shit.
And he's so famous that everyone, myself
Is it- wait,
included,
is
actually
Guru-
put on her outfit.
really? Too.
Has she openly said that she's into Guro?
Well, I figured that since a recent picture of her character, like her persona with her eyes gouged out.
God damn!
I have a friend from Canada that likes that, and I always tease him. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
No, so
It makes
much.
it worse because he has a crush on me. I'm like, nope.
Oh, Jesus.
No!
Oh, yeah, Jared, what were you going to say?
I was just saying nope. I was just saying nope to the tune of Thomas the Tank Engine.
No.
Okay.
Nope for my segment, alright?
We got two doges.
Yeah, Luke is having some issues. It's apparently lagging really bad. But, okay, so I understand that this episode is going to turn a lot of people away. I know that there are a lot of people who might not be interested in it just because we are talking about fetish talk. And I know that one of the reasons that people want to turn away from it is either because A, they're women, and apparently not very many women have fetishes, or B,
Bullshit! Bullshit!
I want to call
That
shit.
is bullshit.
Exactly.
let me.
There are a lot of girls who have.
No. Hang on. Let me.
I don't
preface-
think he was being serious. Calm your shit.
I know, but we were already doing, like, my segment was half making fun of the crazy feminist, alright?
We probably lost them on that one anyway. And then the other reason that I know some people may not like to listen to this one is because they don't want to hear their own fetishes being bashed. And we're gonna poke fun at some things, and we're gonna have fun with ourselves on this one. I want to emphasize the fact that even though we may be making fun of these fetishes, looking within the community, there are so many of us that have really fucked up fetishes. We can poke fun at each other and have fun with it, and then forget about it the next day. So
It's not like Sonic fans where they get oversensitive for everything.
And it's not like you're putting a gun to my face or anything.
right, exactly. We're not out to make fun of anybody and deliberately. So I hope that nobody takes offense to some of the stuff that we joke around about in this episode. That being said, what I meant earlier when I said not as many women have fetishes is because a lot of people misinterpret the definition of fetish. And they confuse fetishes with preferences. And I think that when you hear the actual definitions, I think that some of us can agree, particularly myself, I guess I really don't have any fetishes. Most of
Don't you
mine
have a fetish for girls with...
preferences.
Oh, wait, never mind.
What's that?
I was like, well, okay, then I
Oh.
guess I do have fetishes. Okay, I can take off fat girls on that one.
Right. You see, and that's exactly it. So,
Oh yeah,
really
right.
quick.
Oh yeah, that crosses mine.
Cameron, don't you like feederism?
Here is, what does that mean?
I don't know if that's the same category or not. Feederism is like when you feed somebody so much that, like, the more they get bigger, the more attractive you find them.
Well,
Right.
not really. My personal preference is, I think it's good, but once it starts actively, like, becoming very detrimental to their health, then I have to stop, which is another reason I found the story I read, the aforementioned story that I was talking to Urzur about earlier, so disgusting because the character became over 7,000 pounds, and I'm like, that is horrible. No!
Yes.
Considered a fetish? It's not a preference, it's a fetish.
Oh, here you go. It's like in Super Mario Galaxy, you feed them and then they turn into the star and you can go to a hidden galaxy.
Huh?
Oh my god.
You didn't know that? You feed them star bits.
You know, even though I like fat girls, I have like 7,000 pounds. Are you kidding me?
7,000 pounds,
Yeah.
yelling cunt every other word, actively torturing your emaciated, pregnant, adopted sister. It
Oh my
got
god! Oh my
horrible.
god.
Right. So,
What the fuck did I just miss?
I've
So-
been here the
so-
whole time and I don't know.
that's what we're trying to clarify here, is that the word fetish is defined. It has evolved over time, and the modern take on the word fetish is any body part, object, or action that normally has no sexual connotation will have a significant part in a person's sexuality or sexual identity. Now, that's kind of argued because a lot of people do confuse fetishes with preferences, or some people say that they have various levels of fetishism, which is possible. So, for instance, like we're talking about with the feeders, there are some people who say that they have a slight foot fetish. So they may look at pictures of women's feet, or they may look at women's feet in real life. But if they can have sex and ignore the woman's foot, and they can complete the sexual act, they can finish without even messing with the foot, then technically it's not really a fetish. A fetish is something that you're kind of obsessive over. Now, if it's a guy who is constantly masturbating on people's feet,
What? You get on the bus and it's
That's-
like jerking off on the bus. Trust me,
silence, Chad.
this is a Korean lotion.
Yeah.
Trust me, they do this all the time.
That would be a really hardcore foot fetishist. Now, I understand, and this is the thing. A lot of people want to say, like, I still technically consider myself a foot fetishist. That's fine. We're not out to reinvent the definition. But based off of numerous sexual studies, that is ideally what a fetishist would be. So, like another example, I think girls in glasses are really attractive. I don't have to be with somebody in glasses for me to be happy, So, like, I thought that I was a glasses fetishist, but I'm not. It's a preference. I like girls with glasses. That's it.
Well, like, I really like collarbones, and somebody was like, oh, is that your turn on? I'm like, not really, I like them. It's a really nice place to kiss, but I don't actually get off at them.
Right, exactly. And a lot of people confuse fetishes with preferences. So I'm not out to say, like, I'm not out to destroy everybody who came into this episode like, I've got so much to talk about, and now they're like, I have nothing to talk about, because I still want to talk about the preferences and how they affect our Kisekai work.
Just be very careful. If you talk about by the way, preferences are oppressive.
Check your privilege!
Oh, God.
None of us are feminists in here, Cameron, don't worry.
I know, it's just, I was making a joke, alright?
I know.
Wait, what if some feminists actually have fetishes of their own?
Well, they probably do.
Of course they would.
It's sexual repression, basically.
Now, there are numerous case studies that do show that guys tend to have more fetishes, especially
women.
more obscure fetishes than women.
It's because men are more... Wait, I'm losing my... Never mind.
Men are fetish hipsters.
No, that's kind of a thing, okay? So So this is what I want to bring up just real quick, and then I'll shut the fuck up because there's a lot we need to talk about. And that is when I heard this term, it made total sense to the Kisekai community, and that is called an equal opportunity fetishist. An equal opportunity fetishist is one who doesn't necessarily require the conditioning that most people do to develop a fetish. They can just instantly see something and be like, that's hot to me, I'm going to make that a fetish. So then they can move to different fetishes or have multiple fetishes very easily. Now, most other people, like myself, my brain is just triggered in a way, not triggered, Jesus. My brain functions in a way, that I was conditioned to like girls in glasses. Because the first few girls that I really liked when I was growing up, they all had glasses, and I can attribute that to when I was younger. Therefore, that's my thing. I like girls in glasses.
Me too. I dated Arabic for like 4 years, and I really like tan, dark-haired guys now.
Yeah, see, there you go. You're kind of conditioned
how it
that
is,
way.
'cause you're, yeah.
I'm curious, why did you break up with him?
Me?
Yeah?
What?
He has a mental illness that I cannot. Like, I still talk to him. I love him, but I can't date him.
Mental illness always.
Yeah.
Anyway,
joke about that.
enough about my personal life.
Let's get into everyone else's
I've
personal
lost track
life.
what we were talking about.
Well, the episode is talking about fetishes and how you incorporate personal fetishes into your Kisekai work. Or even in real life, if you want to talk about real life too. That's fine.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, that being said, Cameron, since you were the one that wanted to come up with this topic for the episode, I'll let you take the lead on this, and you can talk about your fetishes and how
If
you
you hear
incorporate them.
that, Nadia's like knocking over her tub. So yeah.
Not again.
I don't. Like, even your cat's like, we don't want to hear this. Must distract.
I'm just saying it because if you hear background noise, it's Nadia.
Okay.
Oh, my kidneys are hurting.
I would see a doctor about that.
Not too much. Alright, fire up. Break a leg, Cameron.
Well, I honestly don't know how to talk about either of my, like, the main fetishes I work with without everyone going, that's fucking disgusting.
Well, no, I mean, even if we're all weird and deep down.
Even
We are,
if we don't
especially-
agree with it, it's your fetish. We can't judge it.
Exactly.
Can I just say this? There's no judging. There's never
Yes.
any judging in this. Don't worry about it. And we see your art all the time. We never fucking say anything.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. We
Right.
are
I am
within
the last
within the
person
community.
to judge.
Everybody posts weird stuff. I can look at it and be like, it's not really my thing, but that doesn't bother me. I don't have any beef with people's fetishes because, as some people know, I worked in a porn store.
Yeah, you told us about that last time.
Yes,
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
a lot
That must have been awesome.
of fetishes.
Did you ever want to, like, sword fight with dildos?
What?
I actually thought about that once.
Okay,
Oh my
look.
god!
Only dead right.
We didn't
Those
have,
are the
I
Painful
can't.
again.
we didn't have the huge dildos. I'm not even joking. They were meant to be jokes. I don't think people bought them as jokes. They were fists. They were full forearms with fists.
Fuck!
We
Yeah.
sold them.
Fuck!
We sold
I
them.
can't! I can't even!
General rule of fisting, you start with the pinky finger first and then work your way up.
I can't even. I can't even.
Sorry. You can be totally open with your fetishes, Cameron. Where seriously, I really do find it more intriguing than anything. I really do find this stuff interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose the two fetishes I mainly work with are the fart fetish and the ABDL, the adult baby / diaper lover one. I like that one mainly because I just think like girls in diapers are just, well, frankly, freaking adorable, and I kind of like the idea of like babying a girl and that thing, that sort of thing. Like, I don't know. I guess like the idea of just having someone dependent on me and taking care of them is just like kind of a good feeling, like making them feel happy and all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I understand that.
I know, like And the fart fetish thing, I'm guessing I just got that because I had a very immature sense of humor and found fart jokes just freaking hilarious as a kid, and it just somehow developed into that.
Who did that? I need to sit down.
Exactly.
That was a fake one.
I've read some things about people with fart fetishes, and I'm not saying that this is you at all, but I have read that some people like fart fetishes because when a girl, and even a guy, can be comfortable enough to fart in front of you, it's kind of a sign of,
Like you or something?
yeah, like they like
comfortable.
you, they're
Like,
comfortable.
They're comfortable with you.
Like,
so it means
after
it's
that, like,
just-
after, like it's around and then, that's just like sign. Yep.
Right. But then there are the guys that I've seen where they just
Do it absolutely.
they just want to smell a fart or see the stuff that comes out from a fart.
Oh.
That's a separate fetish altogether.
Yeah, it really
Exactly.
is.
Like that's the sort of thing that'd be like, I would probably like good in theory, but in practice would be very bad because I've already read stuff about that. Like, there's a lot of like diseases and whatnot you could possibly get from that. So that is something I probably would not actually try and practice.
These fucking custard cakes with my big ass farts. Oh, smashing big ass fucking cakes. Oh, damn.
I think that's the other thing too that a lot of people, especially in Kisekai, I don't think they really act on their fetishes. I think it's one of those things that, oh hey, there's chicks. Fuck.
Jinx is back!
Greetings.
Hi.
I thought I'd get a notification. So
You
I was
sound like you're in a wind tunnel.
Are you in an auditorium? Are you going to perform for us?
He sounds. Wait. He sounds like that guy from what the fuck? The Adult Swim thing with the French fries and stuff. Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, Aqua
He
Teen
sounds
Hunger.
like the bad guy. Like a robot.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Which guy are you talking about?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm
It's like,
thinking,
I haven't
what
watched
the
it in
fuck
a long time.
Hunger Force in a long time.
Me too, but I heard the voice and I was like, damn.
Hey, buy up next.
Gentlemen, behold!
When did I start?
Get in here!
Behold.
And I get made fun of my fucking voice.
Sorry,
There is like a serious echo going on, Jix.
Echo.
That's weird.
Oh, shut up!
I don't hear anything.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was the guy from, never mind. I'll figure it out.
So, at which part of the conversation were you all?
Son of a...
we started talking about each other's fetishes. Cameron talked about his.
He sounds like this guy. Say ignore me!
Ignore me! Oh god, fuck
Oh, that
Oh,
guy.
Venture Brothers.
I knew it was one of them.
Yeah.
Ignore me!
Ignore me!
Aren't you? You are always shirtless, aren't you?
Hell yeah!
Always.
Red was like, put on a damn
What's the
shirt!
naked guy doing here?
Nah, it's just like, I live in Arizona and it's already reaching the frickin' hundreds.
Jesus,
Oh.
man.
At where I live, it was like 94 degrees yesterday.
So Cameron, are you done with yours, or do you want to keep talking about more of them?
That's pretty much all I got. The only other ones I have is like, I got Ruby, my character is basically this 9-foot tall demon chick, really muscular, like, she's got like the giantess, occasionally the vor, the muscle domination sort of thing, like, it handles everything, like, kind of general stuff that I don't usually work with, so I have a little something for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet.
I try to be all-inclusive.
Yeah.
So, what's his fetish? Quick question.
Yeah.
Shoot.
What the fuck's his fetish?
He mentioned diaper girls and
Check
farting.
my, it's like, why don't you go check my gallery? It's like,
Yeah, there you go.
PowerOfSky on DeviantArt.com. Plug.
Jess was starting a video call for some reason.
Must have been an accident.
Wonder if she froze up. I think she froze.
Yeah, I think she froze.
Modern technology. Ain't it grand?
Well,
No, it
wait,
isn't.
what about Japanese technology? Yes. America, meh.
America is all blocky and square and...
But what about Japan? It looks futuristic down there.
Japan does some really cool shit. It also does some really, really fucked up shit.
Speaking of
There's this one thing I saw at a hospital. Like, there's this bear robot that will assist you in your suicide.
Like, that's if you want to die like a badass. I want to die fighting a robot bear.
No, not fighting. It'll inject you. It'll strangle you.
The fuck?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, it's in a hospital too.
Is it shaped like a bear or a bunny or a chicken?
A bear robot.
Alright, how about Jix? I know that Jix wanted to talk about this. What are your fetishes, Jix?
Oh god, I already get my turn.
Yes, you do, God.
You bastard.
Well, get on with it then. You only got a few hours left.
Get on with it.
Get on with it!
First, the obvious one.
Oh.
Gender bending.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no idea how I got this fetish anyway. One time I just saw on DeviantArt some kind of transformation, gender bending, fetish, sequence stuff on DeviantArt, and sometimes I was creeped out in the beginning. Like, really, what the fuck is this shit?
Wasn't there a video game on Steam about that, like, extreme DNA twisting?
Yes, that is, but it isn't that. It's more a visual novel. But anyway, I don't know how I quite got into gender bending. I don't know. I don't remember seeing anything that is related to it, except when I went on DeviantArt and I discovered it all, and then I got more into it, and translation was kind of already a thing for me, because, you know, cartoons and all that bullcrap show that stuff.
You watched Totally Spies as a kid?
The what?
Like, this show, like, we had called Totally Spies, I'm pretty sure it would appeal to pretty
I
much
have
every
watched
fetish.
Totally Spies indeed!
Oh, I
That
remember
appealed to, like, every fetish, didn't it?
Yes! You know,
Wait, did you say Totally Spies?
Yes.
I heard it was a French anime.
Show?
Oh, it was French? That explains
Well, I
it.
didn't know it was French.
I didn't even know it was French either. Oh,
I
show.
heard it, I'm not sure. I'll look it up or something. But yeah, that covered a lot of. I think Totally Spies is one of the reasons why I got into transformation fetishes.
And Sailor Moon.
Salem, my country didn't show any anime when I was older and I got into anime, but I do read the manga of Sailor Moon, although I haven't read the last arc so far. I don't know, I'm pretty far. I went past the, what was it? I think it was something like the Black Moon arc or something. It's a French-Canadian animated television series, Totally Spies. That's
Oh yeah.
French-Canadians!
Continuing.
Yeah. That's apart from transformation and what was it? Gender bending, I do have some others, I guess. Hypnosis. That's also one. Because for some reason I like mind control.
Then you may like my character now. Oh wait, she may have mind control powers, but she's still like a misandrous bitch. So yeah, the mind control may not help much.
Cool. I'm pretty sure I Well, I guess
Did you know it's there?
Ezra is one
The second floor call?
Because of him, I think I'm beginning to like glasses-wearing girls, because fuck you, Ezra, you got me into it.
Fuck yeah.
We accept you, one of us.
Exactly. I think because of Ezra that I make freaking Harley, and that because of that it is one of his favorite characters of mine.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Harley?
Jix doesn't use Harley a whole lot, but yeah, it's one of his newest girls.
I don't.
I have way too many girls and don't use them enough.
That's the same situation with me. I use the Fat girls and the ABDL girls a lot, and like the random assortment that I added for another one, and the cast of my recent comic, which I'm probably never going to get to. That's about it. Like,
well, I don't know what else qualifies as a fetish apart from that I seem to like a lot of different clothing that I can use in Kisekai. Yeah, what else do I don't think I have any other fetishes.
Who's the one who likes muscular women?
What?
Is it Lewis? Somebody that's in here all the time likes muscular women. Is it Lewis?
I'm not sure.
I do.
I forget. Oh, then it's you.
I like the abs.
I think like real muscular women though, not fit women.
Oh.
well, if you're looking for muscular women, Jacqueline and Ruby would do you good. I always sound like I'm pimping out my girls.
You are.
You are!
I'm a pimp. I need a pimp hat.
Yeah, who wants to talk next?
I can do it.
Chad.
Okay, and before I say that, I have found the thing with the robotic bear that says suicide. But before I tell my fetishes, I'm gonna say this quickly.
Stop before we...
Cameron, mute yourself.
My apologies.
Seppu Kuma also offers 23 very different methods. One can choose to end their life, including everlasting sleep, lethal injection, pillow kisses, suffocation, peaceful breath, helium maxima, and sleepy kind hug, which robotic bear strangles his partner until their pulse stops for 15 minutes. All their attributes and summon the Simikeppa to give his patients the power to choose how they get to end their own life. As the official form from the JSDD says that.
Wait. Breathe.
Stop!
And also, are you saying that a fetish of yours is assisted suicide?
No. I was just saying before I said those, I was going to tell you about the bear.
Who's Robot Bear though? I don't know who that is.
It's Robot Bear!
Dude, you might want to talk about that when we're not in the middle of a podcast involving fetishes. People might get the wrong idea.
Oh,
Well, I just said I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, then I'll just say that for later after we're done. Okay.
I'm scared now.
God.
Let's just get back to track, and honestly, for what I'm going to say, it's not as bad as what I was just saying. One, I have three, well, technically two, considering that Fat Girls is off the list for preferences, but one I have is temporarily hypnotism.
Okay.
And that you could control whichever girl you want. Like, it's not gonna be permanent because I'm not an evil guy like that, so I'm just going to, because since Bible's a thing, why not hypnotism? That's perfectly fine. And then, when they say, yes, master, some stuff like that.
Mind control. The same thing as me.
I've always wondered, I'm always the kind of person, if I had a girl under mind control, I wouldn't know what to do with her. What would you have me do, master?
That would sound creepy.
Do my math homework? I don't know.
And then the second one, which is going to be really weird for a lot of people, is
the tranquilizer thing.
That and lip bodies.
That could go into other places.
I didn't hear it. What was his second fetish?
It's people who are like unresponsive.
Under what?
Unconscious people, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you like mannequins?
Mannequins?
I'm being so serious. Do you like mannequins?
Wait, mannequins are those dolls, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the things you'd use in a store.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, I wouldn't do it in real life, it's just something that I do in RPs. Well, unless if my partner wants to do it and says it's so well, but...
Is that still consent if somebody does that?
Technically, well, I mean,
It
if they
would be,
consent
right?
before the unconsciousness, then I suppose, but
Yeah.
nowadays
You
that would
can
still be like,
combine it
even
with
if there
hidden
was
conditions.
consent, the person in question could probably still say that they didn't consent, and that would probably still work too.
Yeah, that's like tricky business.
It's a gray area.
I wouldn't do it in real life, I said, guys.
Right.
I know. Well,
We
we are
are
talking
aware.
about you. I'm just talking in general. There's probably other
You
people that
can
have that
do
fetish.
this fetish actually, but you, with hypnotism basically. So they have their consent, and then they be unconscious through
Yeah,
hypnotism.
that's like maybe like write like a consent thing. Like I agree to this.
We get a contract.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I understand. Initial here.
And anyway, continue.
And also, like, have you heard of belly rubs? Or, like, just rubbing the jiggly areas?
Yeah,
Like-
I found a fetish called flapping, where you take the belly of somebody, slap yourself in the face with it.
That sounds painful.
I'm fucking serious. I got a whole list of this shit.
It's like Cam tried to into the wall.
Like, I mean, like, butt jiggling, and,
Oh, okay.
Jiggle
and the-
ass.
Is there a
and
car
bust jiggling,
crashing?
too.
Yeah.
It's like a Fast and Furious movie.
Wow.
Tokyo Drift.
Wait, what's Tokyo Drift?
Wow.
So let's go off-road. Let's stay on the fetish road.
Does that conclude your fetishes there, Chad?
Yep, I am done, but there's one thing that I just
I'm gonna
want
have
to
to
say. When I was in my young phase, I used to like bimbos. I know.
Dun dun dun.
But I wasn't overly obsessive like a certain one who just got himself banned or left.
Cunt Ninja 2.
Yep.
Alright.
Red, do you have
Alright.
any fetishes, Red?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. And, well, by now, I'm pretty sure everyone knows one of my fetishes.
That's a preference, I think, though, right? Big butts is a preference.
What, you mean
Oh,
booty?
excuse me.
Yeah, isn't liking butts just a preference?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I do like booty. Another fetish of mine is,
Please don't cut right off because it takes forever.
yeah, another fetish of mine, I'm not sure what this one is called, but, you know the one where, they have the dominant one and they have the submissive one?
BDSM.
Yeah, something like that.
I've known that since that situation with Raisin Cameron.
BDSM.
Oh, yeah.
That was...
Oh,
Yeah,
that.
You're not alone, Red.
That's like one of the most common ones to have, I think.
Like, that's just, like, standard. They even have that
That
in
is
movies
standard.
now. Like, it's 50 Shades of... Or as I like to call it, 50 unfiled charges of sexual abuse.
Yeah, I've actually heard of 50 Shades of Grey, but I'll get into that later.
What about you, Jared? Do you want to talk about any fetishes you have?
Oh, hey, thanks for seeing your face.
I'll try.
I was gonna say, if anybody has a truck or car fetish, you're probably getting off to this episode.
You got
fetish, like we
wait,
did
have
in
you
the
ever
intro.
seen like those weird Transformer like?
Oh god, I was gonna get into that later, but yes.
That was so
Well,
weird.
there's a...
Porn formers?
Oh my god. That actually exists?
Probably.
Wasn't there a gag in Family Guy that did that?
I think so.
The Family Guy's done everything at this point.
So that seems to
What about Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
Jared.
Why does
back-
that exist?
Jared, talk. Jared, please.
Please.
Well, I don't know if they're fetishes or not, but I have the humiliation and embarrassment kind of stuff
That
with
is
the
a fetish.
yes,
embarrassed
okay.
nudity.
Hmm?
Yeah, when the person is naked and they're covering themselves and all that.
Isn't that kind of like part of like what Red likes? Can it all be tied together?
Probably.
Yes.
Dom
do
and
that.
Club.
But yeah, the torn, the clothes getting,
Hang on, isn't that what Jack
Destroyed.
does in his comics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the swimsuit falling off and all that.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm very boring, I know.
I know. I have a friend. You may have heard of him. His name was Raijin Senshi, but he has an alternate account called Like he actually had this thing where the girls would just be in swimsuits and a giant wave would just crash on them and then they'd lose their swimsuits. Apparently there's a thing that actually happened.
You talked about Kevin?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he does have that. He has a humiliation fetish.
Oh, guys.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention. Yeah, I forgot to mention about that S&M stuff. Some of my characters, as Cameron mentioned, they're actually into that stuff.
Huh.
Isn't that kind of
Right.
obvious, Red?
Maybe Ray's is in the
yes.
domination? Who would have thought?
Yeah, there's Ray. She's the dominant one, and then you have Harley, who's a submissive one.
No shit.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Let me check how she looks. I forget some.
She looks like Jeff the Killer got gender banned.
She does. She really does.
She's the one with the pale skin and bright green eyes.
So, Jared, so you have humiliation or embarrassed nudity. Do you have anything else, or is that pretty much it?
That's basically it. What I work with, and that's
Yeah.
and that's for both genders and sexes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some of this stuff. Okay.
Jix, are you okay, or are you just impersonating a metronome?
Looks more like he's trying to impersonate the horror movie quick hit trope.
What about you, Asa? Asa, do you have any fetishes?
My mind's literally like a labyrinth. Once you get in there, you're lost forever.
Challenge.
Like the Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh my god,
I have
I keep it going when I think of Labyrinth.
I have one more.
What?
You encounter David Bowie there.
Oh God.
There is a David Bowie fetish, there is.
Hey,
What?
say what you will, but he looked fantastic in the labyrinth.
He did! I'm not knocking that.
Agreed.
Well, within the comments, there was one person that commented, Momo Yoi? I think that's how I pronounce the name, I don't know. But they had quite a few that I've never heard of, such as mummification and mouthless. I've never heard of those two, if anybody else has.
Someone dressed as Slenderman.
Mummification I've heard of, but not the no mouth string.
Yeah, I've never heard of those. Yeah, he had some other tame ones like lipstick, red hair, dark skin. Again, those kind of go down the alley of preferences, I think, more than fetishes.
It's in the ancient Egyptians. That's like the best way to describe it.
Yeah. So, okay, shifting topics then. Is there a fetish out there that bothers you guys? Now, I think there's an elephant in the room, and I think a lot of people will agree that they have issues with bimbos.
Yes.
I never really thought of bimbos, but that's not something I pay attention to.
I understand, I can't stand it when feminists continuously bang on about sexual objectification of women when an attractive woman's using an advert. Objectification, bimbos is one that's actual sexual objectification. It's quite evidently they don't they have no personality to speak of. They're complete morons. It's what do they have going
They
for
are
them?
living sex gods.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To be honest, I'd rather have a woman that's intelligent because I want to have a good conversation with them, not always be in bed having sex with them.
Yep.
Yeah, that would hurt after a while.
It was.
Yes.
Ezra,
Yeah.
there's some fetishes that I've heard of that I just plain don't understand. You mentioned foot fetish earlier, right?
Yep.
The song, Daddy.
Like, I'm not really bothered by it, I just don't understand.
Mute yourself.
No, it's fine. I feel like laying down.
Chad,
I just heard him
mute
say
yourself.
daddy.
I don't want to hear you talking to your daddy.
Sorry, just...
Talking about fetishes, I can take on a whole other meaning.
Yeah, I don't really mind foot fetishes, I just don't understand it.
It's because you're not attracted to it, so of course you don't understand it.
Well, neither do I. I don't understand it either.
So you have to be their situation. It's like you had to be there.
Yeah, some of us are just kind of hardwired. You know, we can't really explain. A great example that I saw was there are parts of the brain that you can't really explain. For instance, whenever I hear running water, I have to pee. Not everybody has that, right? That's just how I'm wired. And it's kind of the same
opposite effect.
I tried that for like an hour and it didn't help me at all.
Right, see, and that's just it. It's just the way that my brain is wired. And in that same instance, I can say, if I see a girl in glasses, I'm just instantly attracted to her. I can't really explain it. It's just kind of how I'm hardwired, you know? And I think that's the same thing with most fetishes.
And then another one I don't understand is, you know, they have all these pictures of, you know, the gore and blood and guts and shit.
Oh my god.
That bothers me. That really bothers me.
Oh my god.
Well, that bothers me.
I don't get how is that
I
a thing.
enjoy that on a sick level, but I don't jerk off to it. I just find it amusing for some reason.
I like gore and blood and all that shit, but it does not turn me on at all.
No, it doesn't.
Mine would be some of the furry community. I just don't understand.
Some of the furries.
I'm not saying all of them, but some of them. Like, there are people who actually will fuck their dogs.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
I knew we were going to talk about furries sooner or later.
Some of the ponies.
Yeah. Well, real quick, what Jix is saying, there are furries, and then there are furries who are into bestiality, and
That's bestiality. That is not furry.
yeah,
Because I
that
am a
crosses.
So there's all kinds of tie.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
I hear you. You don't need to scream.
Yeah, me and Jix, me and him are both furs.
There we go.
Yeah, there are too many extremes with some of these fetishes.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's an extreme.
Part of a
Like
fandom.
there's even a stream with the whole ABDL thing where someone will actively I've seen stories like that where I'm gonna kidnap you and I'm going to drain your brain so you will have no choice. No, stop! Fuck you.
Oh my god.
And then I'm looking at the comments this is amazing. I'm like, this is horrifying.
That's fucked up.
Lobotomy?
No, not lobotomy. It's usually either advanced science or magic. They don't use
Dollar store lobotomy.
No, that's...
Yeah, I've seen some pictures of people being amputated and shit.
There's a lot of
It's let's jerk off to this, and it's just this poor girl in a, with no arms or legs, and I'm like,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I have gotten amputee requests for KiseCast stuff before.
Whenever I hear amputee porn, I feel like it's probably gonna be some sort of inspirational thing, she lost her legs, but she strived on to become a porn actress.
Oh my god.
I have a fetish that completely disgusts me.
Vomit, bore.
No, it's called scat.
Oh yeah.
No.
That's disgusting.
That's what you gotta be careful with part that it can lead to that.
Yes, it can.
That's one of the things that disgust me the most.
Yes.
That and gold.
Jared, I think you were going to say something about amputees?
Yeah, a friend of mine has we re-role play, and his character has the ability to detach limbs and put them back on. So that might have something to do with amputee porn or whatever.
My character Cameron actually has that ability, but that's only because, but that's within context of
Magic.
well, context within, like, yeah, because he's immortal, he can't die, but unfortunately his body is taking a ton of damage from fighting in combat and whatnot, so...
Like that's not a fetish, though.
One of the reasons that Luke wanted to join the episode was to mainly talk about the fetishes that he doesn't like, especially the ones that are kind of prevalent within the DA community, the Kisekai community.
You mean like the fucking drones?
Drones, yeah.
Like, drones is like I think it's less of a fetish and more of a major lacking creativity. It's like,
Yeah.
I have 9 characters, same design, we'll change up the hair.
Oh, that's what drones are.
Yeah, I hate that.
Isn't there a guy that makes a bunch of that stuff?
Oh. I still have to unwatch him. It is ridiculous. I'm like,
Who?
I don't care. This is hard.
Fucking drones!
Oh yeah. I'm following that guy.
But anyway, Luke mentioned inflation, which inflation is kind of a common thing.
Yeah.
That I see a lot of in DA.
Like, I liked that as a... I just got entertainment out of that as a child just for how dumb it was.
Child.
Inflate like a balloon.
12, like...
Yeah, like that
Pick
girl in
them up
Willy
like a
Wonka.
balloon, and then you can take them around.
Yeah, I remember that film.
Well, I'm curious. Is inflation? Does that also include expansion? Because I know that some people like to do like breast expansion or whatever.
Breast expansion, I like that stuff.
Yeah, I like the boobies, yeah.
Big breast.
Yeah, I like big boobs, just as long as they're not too big to the point of ridiculousness. I think the biggest one I have is the biggest breasted chick. Like, I was planning on, like, I make the breast too big. I think I should reduce them, make it more realistic. And then I got to Jasmine making her a cowgirl. I'm like, crap. Oh, well, stick with that.
I actually like the smaller breasts.
Oh, you do?
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm like the odd man out.
Yeah, kind of are, Jared.
I have no problem with, like, large boob size at all. Like, I'm fine with all of them, to be honest.
Oh,
Boobs are lovely in all shapes and sizes.
I don't really care about breast size,
He's
but
rude.
not expansion. I'm personally a fan of ass expansion, but yeah, y'all.
Yes.
Duh!
Bad ass.
Why you didn't even have to tell us that? It's kind of obvious.
Well, one of the other fetishes that Luke brought up that I don't understand. Again, I know a lot of us are saying I don't understand this fetish. It's not us necessarily making fun of it. It's just we can't even wrap our heads around how some of these are sexualized. And that's vor. I don't understand how vor can even be remotely sexual.
It's basically cannibalism.
Right, but I don't know. I just
Hey, wanna...
The one where you're...
You like eat somebody else.
You get swallowed whole.
either you're eating
That's
or you
what I
eat
was
someone.
about to say.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's such a thing as anal vor?
What?
Anal vor?
Why?
Done!
Already knew that.
Done!
Already knew that. I have every time before.
That is like extreme
God.
twisting.
That's like South Park.
What was the name? Lemmy Winks?
Oh my god.
Every time before. I've seen tail vor. I've seen breast vor. I've seen
Penis vor.
Yes.
Oh my god. This is ludicrous. I mean, God.
Did you actually go anal vor?
Oh my god.
Chad, don't look this stuff up, man.
I don't. But you know what? Have you heard of Dramatica Encyclopedia?
There
yeah.
we go.
I think
there's
Shoe was on
there's
that
this-
website.
There's this page called Offended, and it has exactly what you said, Jinx.
What? What I just said, that there's every kind of vor or something.
Uh-huh.
War.
Yeah, you have tail vor, breast vor. Yeah, the genitalia vor, the anal vor, everything.
How?
I think like vaginal vor is just called unbirthing.
Oh, yeah, right.
I have a list of the fetishes, the 5 fetishes that I think are the worst, I guess. I don't know. If anybody has these fetishes, I'm sorry. I think these are really fucked up. So, number 5 on my list is vomiting fetishes. And that's not only the attraction to the sight and the sound of people vomiting, but that's also being vomited on, which is called It's called Roman shower.
I got a twat that was actually, like, he wanted to role, like, it was about hiring, as a maid, and pretty much everyone in this one, like, all he cared about was like, oh, I want him to take care of this sick person, and that was all he cared about role-playing. I'm like, oh my fucking...
It was about vomiting?
Yeah, a lot of vomiting. I'm like, sure, that'll be fine. Let me just know that you're trying to steal her boyfriend. This'll end well.
Oh my god.
And it quickly turned into something else.
Well, no, something completely different.
Yes,
no, something completely different.
Number 4 on my list is it's actually really funny. There are a whole bunch of YouTube videos. I posted one of the YouTube videos for the preview of this episode, and that's coughing fetish. So that's one thing. A coughing fetish. It's all over YouTube of guys paying women to film themselves coughing, and then guys are getting off to these videos of women coughing. That's it. Coughing.
What? That's probably like the easiest job ever. Like, just get lung cancer and boom, your medical bills are paid.
Right. And some of them request to see images, or like there's the video that I posted. She had the request that she cough into a napkin and then show the phlegm to the napkin, so the guy, that was his request.
Oh,
well, I could have been making money doing this.
Oh my god.
That's right, what the fuck is this shit? I mean, seriously!
I'm so jelly.
Okay, hang on, it gets worse. Number 3 on my list is
boy, but I get a feeling this is gonna not end well.
This was really bad. Okay, so there are people who have...
You're hot dogging, don't you? Yeah!
Menstruation fetishists.
Yeah!
What?
That's horrifying.
Fuck!
When women are menstruating, you run away.
Oh,
run the other direction.
There is a guy. There's a guy on DeviantArt. I'm not even kidding. There's a guy on DeviantArt. His entire account on DA is his path to become a woman's menstrual pad.
What? He
has an entire collection. He updates photos of his collection of menstrual maxi pads.
Wait, are they used?
They're not used. Not. I don't think he can get women to use them. I think they're terrified of them.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is this shit?
That is just, oh my god. Alright, continue.
To add on,
Gonna be dumpster diving now?
Oh god.
I mean, if no one's gonna hand it to him, he's gonna dumpster dive.
Oh god, that's so gross. Luke also mentioned there's a sneezing fetish. There are videos on YouTube that I found along with coughing of women sneezing. I guess that's a thing.
not too weird, to be honest. I mean, like, that's weird, but it's not horrifying. Like, that's actually kind of,
Okay.
I think sneezing can be cute. Like, if a girl sneezes really cute, you'd be like, oh, that's...
But you're not gonna get turned on by it.
Nah, yeah, I wouldn't get turned on. Coughing is...
Let's get the pepper. When I hear coughing, I just think of that Pokemon. That's how bad of a Pokemon fan I am.
What's next on your list, Ezra?
Number 2 on my list. This is less disgusting and just more...
Like what?
Really
hold up, I
fucked
gotta
up.
mute this thing. Hold up, let me just...
My number 1 is absolutely beyond fucked up, but my number 2 is... I don't think I'm saying this right. Cuckolding?
What is that?
That is when you have a relationship with somebody and you get off watching the person that you love have sex with other people but you, and then they torment you with it.
What?
So...
Right.
Oh,
yes. I've encountered every fetish almost by now. I'm not surprised by anything.
Yeah.
There's this fetish that I Now that's kind of related to that.
Uh-huh.
It's called, and let me see if I'm reading this right. It's called small cock humiliation.
I got a little dick. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
That actually
That
kind
might
of
be a part
coincides.
of it.
Yeah,
I thought that was just what Tumblr does all the time.
like, so a lot. This is mostly a fetish for guys. They have their wives or their girlfriends have sex with other people in front of them, and then they humiliate their husbands or whatever. Like you're saying with small penis insulting or whatever. They humiliate them, and then these guys get off on it.
Well, if you can't do anything with it, you might as well work with it. You work with it.
Oh, God, I can't use my penis for sex, so I may as well get made fun of.
Well, you can still use it. You just gotta use it very specific ways.
You just have to rub it.
Well,
Go
just
on.
like that one point you have to rub.
Rub it like a button.
Number one.
Number one. And this is... I didn't believe this when I first found it, when I first read about it. Number one, I googled it some more, and it is 100% real. It's called bug chasing, and it's not what it sounds like.
It's like, chase the butterflies.
What is it?
You can only have sex with somebody who has an STD that you don't have, primarily HIV.
What? You?
What?
You want to run that by me again?
This is 100% real. Yes, it is. It is a very unusual fetish that is very popular. Not very popular.
Very dangerous.
It's very niche with a certain gay crowd of guys who they kind of have a lot of low self-esteem. So their goal is to just get basically like Pokemon, collect them all, every STD possible. And they get off on getting a new STD.
What the fuck is this shit?
You know what, guys?
I really...
My headache is getting worse, and this is not even making it better, so...
Go lay down!
Okay, bye. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Bye, Chad.
Bye.
Bye!
So yeah, that is my
Ezra?
top 5 list. Yes.
That last one was really, utterly fucked up.
It doesn't matter what we have now, we cannot top STDs.
That's the weirdest.
Now, going back to the comments, Momo Yoi had mentioned one of the fetishes that bothers him, and I know a lot of other guys that have this too, is futa. So I don't know if we have any hentai fans who...
What?
Futa, chicks with dicks.
Those actually exist, you know? Like, they're like people with both sets of genitalia.
You know, that's what we all know. We don't like certain fetishes, but I don't have a big problem with futa, to be honest, if it's a girl on a girl.
Right, I think that's how a lot of people take their futa, I guess.
I don't mind futa just so long as, like anything else, it's not like ridiculously sized, like 6 foot tall, like this towering monolith of cock.
Yeah, I hate that too.
That's hyper. That's hyper fetish.
Hypergenic.
I admit that I like hentai, but there's sometimes, like, if I'm browsing a website that has hentai, and it's just a picture of a girl, and she's busty, and I click on the thumbnail, and then it gets bigger, and she has her entire futa dick between her breasts. I open that, and I'm just like, nope, I'm done. That ruins it for me.
No, I'm mostly like...
God. Again, I am the odd man out, because that sounds nice.
You can give yourself a tit fucking...
Do you know why I don't have a problem with futa?
What's that?
Because if I see a futa female, it's the same thing as watching, as reading a hentai manga with a heterosexual couple. It's exactly the same thing, only it's a girl with a dick.
Yeah, futa doesn't really bother me that much. It's not my thing, but I have no beef with it.
I have no big deal with it. I can watch it.
Hey guys, did you guys know that there's actually different kinds of futas?
Yeah.
Most likely.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like what?
Multi-dick.
Oh.
He's right, though.
The pleasure has been doubled.
Double penetration.
has been doubled.
Not really.
Everyone's gonna be having heart attacks after
I
this.
just pictured what was that chewing gum commercial of
Double
your
penetration.
pleasure?
That's where I got it from.
Oh my
With,
Double midcocks. The second I said that, the Doge picture popped up. Like, really?
Oh god.
I honestly can't deal.
Oh wait, there's a fetish that hasn't been named.
Mine?
What's that?
I don't think I have any. I'm serious. I was thinking about it. I have preferences, but I don't have fetishes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
then that's the
pretty-
preferences.
But I'm not sure.
I said one about tan guys with dark hair. I like collarbones. I like stomachs. I like shoulders. That's it. I like fit stomachs.
Traps.
Not really so much abs, just fit stomachs.
Has anyone ever heard of absorption?
The fuck is that?
Okay, absorption, think of it like this. Have you ever watched the...
Hang on.
I had a
Is that
guy...
a simulation?
Or the
or-
blob?
Yeah, I had a guy who he made some requests for me back when I made my DA account, where he wanted me to make an OC for him, and I did. And then he requested that I make, I forget the name of the DBZ character, but the guy with the tail that sucks out.
Cell?
Cell, he just basically,
Right.
basically he tail force people, and then he or at least 17 and 18, and then he.
Right. Does that is that part of absorption? Because I think I remember him saying
Yes.
he wanted Cell to absorb this OC that I made for him, and I was like, I can't hear you through this message. This transmission is breaking up, and I never spoke to him again after that. So.
You also have Boo.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, Boo turned you into a chocolate bar before he ate you.
Alright, but you can also absorb him with his tongue.
He was like slightly edgier curvy.
I swear.
I thought Majin Buu did that when he separated a part of his body and it comes into contact with you or something.
Yeah, he absorbed Gozen
I'm lying.
and Piccolo.
Did he really turn you into a chocolate bar?
Yes, that's what he can turn you into a
Seen
pen.
this a few times.
Man, oh man.
It's like lazy Kirby. He doesn't want to suck you up. It's like password.
The first time Boo shows up, he turns a demon, the Demon King, into a cookie and eats it. And you see this guy turning into a cookie, and I'm pretty scene. And I get creeped the fuck out. And then he turns people into food, which is fucking magic. Maybe he eats them, maybe he doesn't. And then later he absorbs people. Like, a part of his body goes off, and then that pink slime absorbs fucking Gotenks and Piccolo, and then he gets their fucking torso clothes shit, and then he gains part of their personality and shit like that. I kinda like absorption, to be honest, but and there's fusion shit because it's some kind of it's kinda like transformation.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my weirdest shit, to be honest. That I like absorption.
You know, when I think of absorption, I think of The Thing.
Yeah.
More like horror.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
The John Carpenter The Thing.
I don't have a fetish, but I'm a part of a fetish.
What's that?
My neighbors, I'm their fetish.
Oh my god.
I'm not even making it up because I think they're weird. Like, if you didn't listen to my journal the other day.
Oh, not the
You go
neighbors
on and
again.
on about how they fuck loudly.
Yeah, like they left me alone for like 3 months. Like I didn't hear anything. And then the one day I had to talk to my neighbor, cause we had a gas leak, so I had to talk to her and see where the gas guy was. That one night, they fucked hard like they always did. And I was like, the one day when she sees me is the one night they go back to fucking hard. So I'm like, yeah, it's a fetish. They get off at me. And there's no other reason.
You are a fetish.
I'm a fetish to them.
That might be like a voyeuristic thing for them, I guess.
I think it is, and my aunt was like, I think the guy, Jason, must get off at hearing you, because I'm like, shut the fuck up, and he goes harder. So, I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding.
He humps his wife harder after hearing you.
Yeah, I'm not joking. So, my friend Shino gave me this. A boat horn.
Oh my god.
For the next time they do it, I could just blow it.
Yes.
I'm seriously gonna use it.
They should give you one of those, what are those DJ horns that the DJ is like,
I
gonna be playing some, what's that song, Sandstorm?
Or just like the sad violin thing.
And like, I don't know where it came from, but there was this one, I don't know, it wasn't K-pop, I think it was Chinese, it was like this weird bird song, and I was playing it really loud when they were fucking once, and I was like, I know what you're doing up there, and all of a sudden, like, they scatter, and all I hear is Ashley going, how does she know? You fucking scream.
Well, I guess to sort of wrap things up, are there fetishes within DA that are very popular? I know we mentioned bimbos earlier. That within Kisekai, you're just kind of like, man, really, like this again? I think bimbo is my thing because I don't really like.
Bimbo is everywhere.
Yeah, it's really not my thing.
Me neither.
Luke says all of them.
All of it. He's right though.
Every last one.
Done in Kisekai, just incredibly very limited.
I think it's just there's the bimbos, the drones, and the transformations are like everywhere.
Transformations into weird things, or just transformations?
I don't watch any of the people who do those because I'm not into it. But like I always see those, like the transformation things into anything. I always see them.
But it is the lesser of two evils.
I'm not against it or for it. I'm just they have a lot of it there. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place, I guess.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Everybody does it. All different things. They're either really creative or they're not.
I think I should do one.
Good.
I'm gonna do the thing that pisses you off the most.
It doesn't piss me off though.
Jarrett, if you finish that one, I'm totally going to save that up. I'm going to stalk your fucking page, bitch.
Well, if you want to look at my page,
just watch him and wait. That's literally it. I'm gonna stalk you by just going on with my life, and if I see it, I will happily click it.
Alright, guys. Well, we are gonna put an end to the fetish cast.
Good idea. We've been going on for a solid 2 hours now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
Cameron, would you like the finishing words, or do you want to give them to Red or Asa? Since they usually give them.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, does Jess want to? You want to give them to Jess?
No, I don't.
It doesn't matter what your fetish is, just fap and be happy about it.
Fucking A, that's right.
Small words have never been spoken.
Not.
Luke, in the chat, if you want the closing statement, I can throw you in at the very end of the music.
Nope.
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
the only time he talks!
I know.
First time he talks, and he says, nope.
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 Oh,
Exactly.
goddamn it, Luke's final closing word is word.
Word. With a cat
Word.
face. With a cat face, it's very important.
Oh, the cat face works, that works.